Ah, it's been one hell of a Thanksgiving. One hell of a Thanksgiving.
It's Black Friday. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm black and it's Friday. You know what? Let's get it. Ha ha.
It's Black Friday every day.
Yes, and every day's a blessing to be
Every
alive.
Friday.
Oh, so it's so much to unpack this morning. So much to unpack this morning. But I'm trying to keep my composure because there's some things that I really want to say. But my wife was like, no. Brother Ford was like, no. I like to, you know me, I like to unpack stuff that, but I really didn't have much to talk about this morning because I was in my feelings about certain things.
I know.
But
I know.
that's just me. I'm allowed to do that,
Right.
as a human being and as a man, we are allowed to be in our feelings about certain stuff without being looked at or saying that I'm wrong for the way I feel or the way I think.
Right.
Bottom line.
I know what you're saying. But as they say, you know what I'm saying? The only bottom line is this, as you would say. Bottom line, somebody, as they say, somebody's always watching us, fam. And what we don't want, we don't want to say one thing and give the perception of something else. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So as they say, just like we do in our relationship, there's some pillow talk that stays as pillow talk. And that doesn't mean it can't get hashed out, but it's pillow talk. But it's not for the public consumption.
Right. And I think there are ways of hashing stuff out without having to put everything out. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't always have to be brought to other people's attention. If I got an issue with you or something like that, you know what? I'm just going to get to the brass tacks of it. Bottom line is this: if a person if a person likes someone, then they just need to tell that person. Bottom line. Bottom line. It shouldn't be no back and forth, no playing no games, no ifs, ands, or buts. Especially if we are adults, we are not children no more. If you like a person, I think that you should just come out blatantly and just tell them, listen, I like you. And then let it go from there and see how the person reacts from that point.
Right.
But to play games
real quick. Forward, what is you making? Because I hear eggs or something cracking.
We making Bustelo.
No, my bad. No, I got hungry. I'm being bougie. I'm plugging in my cup that's automatically Look, I'm getting hungry because I thought I heard eggs. Actually, you may even hear the dryer too. But yeah, Velvet, I got up on the camera trying to see if I can look.
That part. See if you can see over the thing. That's funny. Yo, that's funny.
No, but anyway, you know what though, Velvet? Yeah, I mean, right, Angela. That's a real thing, bro. That's a real thing. It's not. It's especially nowadays, man. It's a lot simpler than I think sometimes we can make it. We make things a little more difficult than they gotta be. But I realize now that's not everybody's thing either. Communication, everyone's not. It doesn't come as easy for a lot of people, So I try to be understanding of that as well. Everyone doesn't communicate things the same way.
But the hardest part is,
and also throw this in there too. In that pot of gumbo. We've also been told, not brainwashed, but told, right, that if you can't be friends with somebody and be in a relationship too. You follow what I'm saying? Because you don't want you mess up the friendship. I'm like, that's the basis of the relationship.
Yeah.
Friendship.
Yeah. Basically. No,
like, people see me and my wife together, they like, yo, y'all having a good time. I'm like, because first of all, I like hanging with my wife. Number two, like I said, not to put a Debbie Downer on the situation, we in my home church back in Baltimore, we gotta have two homegoing services, and one of them was a freak accident, and I'm talking about one of the brothers had a young family, of babies, like the oldest one was 12. And I'm like, wow, bro, we got a sister who now is a widow who we're gonna take care of, but it's like during Thanksgiving, because we don't know how much time we got. You know what I'm saying? We understand that, but respectfully, that's for anybody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Life is precious. And I'm like, I'm grateful that we can do this and joke around and learn and help somebody else. That's what's important. We've been taught you can't be friends because if you're a friend, then that messes the relationship. No, that should help the relationship.
It should actually make it better, to be honest, because at least you get to know that person on a different level. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's almost like a sign of courting, because you know, even as a friend, if I can rock with you as a friend, and if I like you, even though we're friends and I like you, yes, I should be able to tell you that, express that to you, but still respect you as my friend as well. And if it doesn't work out, and if you feel like, you know what, you're not ready, or I'm not your person, we should still be cool, because we started out as friends. Now I can't look at you no other way and feel like, oh, guess what? I can't be your friend now because now you like me. No, I can like you and still be your friend. That does not mean I have to be with you. Liking someone and being with someone is two different things. But I still feel that people need to express, whether it's a woman or a man. Now, a lot of times we sit here and we tell women that they're supposed to position themselves, right? But my thing is this: you are still positioning yourself by allowing that man, to giving that man some kind of idea that you like him. It's okay to express it. I'm not telling you need to pursue the man, but just let him know, listen, I like you. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to say that part, but you don't have to go no further than I like you, and allow that man to see what about you that he likes about you.
It was crazy, bro, to add to that, Velvet, because majority of the time we know it's us that does that. So automatically that puts you in a real good spot for a woman doing that. That's not expected. That's going almost above and beyond for a woman to be the one to initiate and say, I like you. I had to tell my cousin this because she liked this guy, and I was like, you ain't even gotta just tell him that, but just spark a conversation. I was like, usually it's us doing it. So to be on the receiving end, I was like, we're simple. We don't need you to be extra charismatic and super witty and funny and everything like that. If you're just kind and good down to earth, you're already in a good place.
Right. But that's the most important thing, bro. It's like, what's wrong with sharing your feelings towards somebody that you truly are feeling? There's nothing wrong with it. That is, it's I'm not sitting here telling women that when I say position yourself, that doesn't mean put yourself in a place where you can't be seen. Yes, you should not be seen, but at the same time, it's okay for you to express certain things. Like, you don't always have to be sheltered. Like, what's wrong with coming up to a man that you have piqued this, that man has piqued your interest, and for you to be that woman not saying stake your claim, but at least letting them know. Because how am I supposed to know that you like me? Even when I approach you and you're still not giving me those signs, even when I'm flirting with you, no matter, you are still trying to play that hardball. How am I supposed to know?
It's a true story.
And it's almost like saying, do y'all women make it that hard for a man to truly like you? And then by the time you figure it out, we already tired from trying to pursue you, to the point where we can't even pursue you no more, because we getting too many mixed signals, or we're not even getting the sign that you really want to rock with your boy. So then we go move on, and now you want to get upset. But why you getting upset over something, over someone that came to you, but you didn't allow? Good morning, ladies. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, Marilyn. Good morning, Queen.
Well, I love that movie Brown Sugar, man. Like, I love you know what I'm saying? I love they danced around it for so long, but they knew they had a different type of connection. And it's like, when you find that, especially in this life, the way this world is, like, my condolences to the people at your church. I'm gonna keep them in my prayer, because that is, like you said, life is so fragile, man. It's fragile, it's precious. Time is not promised to any of us, so we got to take advantage and seize the moment as much as possible. Any day your number can be called.
And that's for me, man. It was like, again, this last couple of weeks, I had to go, I was traveling to go see some family. Right now, real talk, I'm grateful. You know what I mean? Like, really down to the bone, grateful. Because, again, we really don't know how much time we got. You're going to punch the ticket. You just don't know when you're going to punch the ticket.
Right.
And like I said before, the most arrogant thing we can do is walk out our doors thinking we're going to come back.
So is it fair to say that if we don't know when our numbers pulled, that we need to find true love instead of just sitting around waiting on it, and then next thing you know, your number's pulled, and you ain't even get a chance to be in love with a woman. You ain't even get a chance to experience all those certain things. And I'm talking about us as men. You know, it's not hard. It's not hard. We just make it hard on ourselves. Because
let me tell you something. I was telling this, the couple we went to hang out with, their family didn't know how me and my wife's whole story. And I was like, man, I wasn't even supposed to be married. They're like, wait a minute, what? Because they thought we were married for a long time. I said, no, I'm almost 5 years in. I said, so well, how'd you get married? I said, because God felt sorry for me. and they thought it was funny, but he did, because I was on a whole nother path. You know what I mean? Like, I was done with relationships. I was done with church, and I wasn't going to embarrass somebody. So I'm going to just step off and do me. And I said that to say that, you get to understand. I'm like, man, is this what it was supposed to be like all this time? And I'm like, man, I wish I had you know what I'm saying? You say to yourself, I wish I had but then you have to catch yourself. You really weren't ready for it at that point in time. I know I wasn't.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I still had some immature areas that were big spots on my map that I had to make sure I worked on before I got this.
And we still do.
I'm saying that to say that people have to understand that, in real time, you might not be getting what you want or what you need because you're not ready for it. But do yourself a favor. Get ready. We jokingly say, if you stay ready, you have to get ready. But get ready, because in the preparation of getting ready is when things can work out.
But you know what though? Even in a marriage, we still have some kind of. We're not even 100%. We're still not 100. We're ready to an extent, and we're still learning, and we're still growing within that marriage, which makes us better. Which makes us better as men, because we're not coming to you. We're coming to you as a product of, guess what? I'm still trying to improve. But with being with you, helping me even improve more, because it's pushing me to do more. When I'm by myself, I feel like I'm comfortable in my own skin. So guess what? I feel like I'm already improved. But when you get with that woman, that right one, she's going to actually motivate you to want to even improve more, because guess what? The better I am, the better I am for her.
Mm-hmm. Well, not only that, it's I think, unspokenly, there's an inspiration with being with the right woman and having a connection with someone. So it just, as a man, all of a sudden you have patience where you didn't have patience before.
Yes.
Right. All of a sudden you're listening when you weren't necessarily listening before. Now all of a sudden you're hypersensitive to the needs and how you need to protect that individual, and ways that you weren't before. And I think the other thing is, I think people, and I struggle with this one, and I have struggled with this one, you got to believe that you deserve it. We do a lot of talking ourselves out. As the single person in the group, I'm going to say, we do a lot of talking ourselves out of good situations. We do, and maybe that's not our person. Who knows? I think my honest opinion is you're going to get an opportunity to meet the right person more than just once. And depending on where you're at in your life, and it may be the same person, just disguised in a different body, right? But you're going to have an opportunity to make it happen with the right person more than once. It's just depending on where you're at in that period of time. And I think a lot of people don't really feel like they're worthy of it. And this is the thing. When somebody, this is just my opinion, y'all. When I hear someone saying, "Oh, I'm in the bag," and they dropped the ball and they fumbled the bag and all these things about themselves, I'm like, nah, they didn't. They didn't, because true confidence in who you are never comes with a microphone. You don't scream it out. You just are. So when people are saying those things, it's like, to me, I'm like, oh, wait a minute, hold on. There's some things that you need to work on. The ones that are quiet and just handling business, that's the ones that are ready for something and that believe in themselves. And that's when I feel like you're going to attract that person. So yeah, I'll land there because I'm gonna
say this though. Even as a single person, and you hit it on the head, brother, for real. Even as a single person, right? Even the right person could still be the wrong person, because the right person is messing up what they don't see. They know you're the right person for them, but they still, like you said, they are fumbling the bag. They the ones that's fumbling. It's not you, because you standing on your square. And as a man, see, a lot of brothers be like, "Dang, I messed up." But then they have to ask themselves, did you mess up as a man or did she mess up as a woman? Where did you fail in this whole relationship if you've been trying to do what's right for this woman and she has yet to show improvement?
Well, I think a lot of times people walk away, and like I said, I'm speaking from the single person's point of view, but I'm sure all y'all can attest to this in your trials and tribulations where you are right now. However, I think a lot of times we get with people that may not be ready for us, and we walk away and they have us feeling like we did something wrong, and it was actually them. And so we beat ourselves up because as men, we are our own biggest critics. I think we're like that. I think people are like that in general. But I know I've walked away from situations where I was like, man, I was feeling some type of way about myself. And then I had to really sit down and do a deep dive in just why I was feeling and what I was feeling. And then I could be like, nah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't really own that one of 100%. I can own where I could have did something different here and something different there. But because that situation didn't work, not because I didn't want it to, it was something with that individual that self-sabotaged it, and there was nothing I can do. And so you got to be able to walk away understanding that, yeah, there may have been some things that you could have done differently. However, it didn't work, not necessarily because of you. Maybe it was because some triggers with that individual.
Right. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, dang, you.
It's too early to start that.
I'm telling you, you see me? It's that Bustelo, baby. What's up, DJ? Good morning, y'all. Listen, oh my God, yo, that was very profound, my brother. Like, for real, nobody could say that better. It's like you feel like you walking away from a situation. No one. The beauty of it is this: when you know that you can walk away from a situation knowing because you're not ready, not that the person ain't ready. Even though you pursued this person and was like, yo, I'm digging you this, that, and the third, but then you come to a realization within yourself, like, yo, I'm not really ready for this relationship. It has nothing to do with that. I'm not on this woman's level, but it's the fact is me as a man, I'm not ready for a relationship. And sometimes you have some women that will say, oh, he ain't on my level. It's not that I'm not on your level, sweetheart. I'm just not ready to participate in this whole situation right now because I know me and I don't want to do nothing that's going to fracture you and also destroy me in the long run.
Gotcha. Hey, look, he's not on my level yet, but he is when he with somebody else, though, ain't he?
That's it. Listen.
Okay, I'm just saying.
No.
If he ain't on your level, don't be mad months later when he's with somebody else and he leveled up. Now now I'm saying, is he on your level now? Yeah, he on your level because you know what? You got a whole lot of funky things to say.
You got me and my wife over here laughing, man. Look, it's crazy, and it's so true, man. Look, and it's crazy. I agree with what for all y'all said. I think about when I first met my wife. You've been in the walk already for since you were 14, right? Yeah, since she was 14. I met her, I was 26. I just came into the walk. She was the first woman I met. It could have been a clear sign, but I just wasn't ready. I was a babe in Christ. So I knew I couldn't lead. I knew I'm conscious of this, and she knew this. And so I was almost like, I won't say I was self-sabotaging, but I mean, it wasn't time yet. So I was already psyching myself out. I'll just say that. I psyched myself out of it from the very beginning because I'm like, I'm not ready to do this. I'm just coming from, life, I'm not going to say what, but, and so I'm just trying to learn the ropes, man. Just trying to figure my way out in the whole thing. So I think sometimes it's better that you do that. If you know that you're not equipped or you're not in a certain mind frame as you need to be in, it's better to at least be mindful of that so you don't fumble something or destroy something before you even grow.
I know you seen that comment, but go ahead.
No. I just want to say something real quick. Let's be careful of generalizing all men or all women. So you're talking about the men that you know,
exactly,
and that you've dealt with. Period. Point blank. Because the reality of it is, everybody does that. That is not a man thing. That is a man and woman thing. Everybody takes parts of relationships that benefit them. You were not exempt. So quit talking about how that's what men do because women do it. Everybody does it. It is natural. All right. So also understand, you're always going to comment from your point of view. It tells me more about you and where your mindset is at with some of the comments than it does anything that you can that we're speaking to up here. So understand that if that's been your experience, that is your experience. It's not everybody's.
And the thing that I don't understand is when men are speaking, when men are talking and there is no women in the platform, it's just men. We're coming from a man's perspective, respectfully. And it's not about what we may have been through, but what we may have observed and what we may have seen. So a lot of times when men are talking, women want to insert themselves where, oh, you know what, but what about this? It's not about what. It's about sitting back and understanding and listening to where men come from. So sometimes, just maybe, you can get something from, okay, now I see how some of these brothers think, and maybe there are other brothers that think this way. So basically what we're trying to do is pretty much trying to help some of y'all women to understand a man's thoughts instead of trying to figure out, or instead of trying to walk in our shoes.
We're putting in game, quiet as it's kept. And here's the thing. If you listen to us for more than 5 minutes, at no point in time are we blaming a gender. We're just pointing out the facts. No one's pointing fingers at a particular gender. Because we all, as they say, we all have our faults. If we're being real responsible about it, we all have faults. The question is, are we mature enough to fix those faults? And the ones you can't fix, your spouse or your loved one has to live with them one way or another. And that's real talk. It's like, we don't know. If you listen to us, we're not sitting here pointing fingers at any gender. Specifically, we as men are not pointing fingers at women. If you listen, we actually point the finger at ourselves first.
I just did, bro. I just said I was.
Well, you know, the other thing is this. Another way people try to deflect is to try to tell you got offended by something that I'm not offended. I'm not offended at all. I'm just pointing out behaviors that I've seen that happen time and time again. If y'all been a part of this, you will know that this isn't the first time I've said those things, because that's how people respond. So I always like to do this. Nobody's offended, but that's also a form of deflection, and it's very dismissive, right? And we wonder why we have meaningful conversations, because now you're trying to tie an emotion to a simple statement that I just said.
You know what, though?
I'm just telling you, be mindful of what you're talking about, because we can't generalize everything. That's what I'm saying.
Let me say this. Can I say something real quick? I just want to let some of these women know. We don't come from, see, let me say this in a better way. We're not deflecting, Ms. Brown. We're not coming for you. We're just speaking in general. So my whole thing is we can say what we want to say and how we want to say it. It's not about trying to tone us or making us feel like, oh, we came charging. No, we just like when we see a comment, we address it as a way a man would address it. Bottom line. Now, if you can't take the criticism, that's not our fault. But we only speaking from a man's perspective and a man's point of view. That's why when we say certain things, I'm not saying that to make you feel any kind of way. I'm saying what I'm saying, and it is what it is. See, a lot of times women get offended when they say something, and then when a man reacts to it, it's like, oh, you being defensive, oh, you deflecting, oh, this. No, because my thing is this: why is it okay for a woman to say something, but when a man responds to it, it's, oh, he's being defensive, he's coming at me from this, or he's coming from a hurt place. But my question is this: only a hurt person will make a hurt statement first. Just my thoughts. And once again, these are just my thoughts.
Well said, man. It's just funny because, and we see it on both sides, but I think people forget it's 8.4 billion people in the world. That's a lot of people, at least 330 million in this country. So let's just say 150 million of men. Why are you speaking for 150 million men? If you really interact with that man, have you really got to know that many of us to where you can just put us all in this in a monolith like that? Like, no, we're not all the same. No, man, that's not a general thing. Like you said, it's sad because we see it on both sides. I've been cheated on twice by 2 different women, and this is when I was younger. And I never once in my life took that and put that on all women, or put that on the next woman that I encounter. That's nothing to do with her.
Here's a better one though. Let's do the math, fellas. And we see this all the time. How many times have you asked a woman a question and she tap dances around the question just to make a statement instead of an answer? But meanwhile, they ask us a question. We give them an answer. Well, let me tell you what it is. This is my answer. But when you ask a woman, so what do you think about this? So why do you do this? Well, let me just say this because it started with no. Get to the brass tacks. Like, why is it so hard for some women to answer questions? And I'm just asking my brothers this.
Go ahead.
I don't think it's something we can answer. I think it's a rhetorical question at this point.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's something we really have to ask women about. And this is the other thing. We hold men just as accountable here as we hold women. Don't get it twisted. We may be talking about this right now, but we are harder on men than we are on women. That's just the bottom line, because we have higher expectations of our brothers, and we will hold them accountable. But I think there does need to be conversation about what our experience is, and this is a great opportunity for women to kind of tune in and see what our experience is, and then you have a choice to either change. You know what I'm saying? You may realize that's how you came off. You know what I'm saying? You have an opportunity to change that, or you can stay the same. Whatever it is, but whatever it is, whatever works for you, you can do it. All we can do is provide the information for y'all. It's not to try to defend, because I don't know any of y'all personally. So I'm trying to talk from my experience, just like you guys would. You know what I'm saying? So I try not to generalize. Women just because I don't think it's fair. Because what I dealt with this last person, just like I'll never let the next person pay for what the last person did. Everybody gets a clean slate. If I had a relationship that didn't work out, the next person gets a clean slate, and they get an opportunity. If the behaviors repeat, I don't blame that person. Now I'm the common denominator, and I got to figure out what it is about me that keeps choosing that type of individual.
See, that's grown. I like that. That's grown. See, and as a man, I think that a lot of men need to start doing that, because we want to blame the women for all the time for repeating cycles, but we as men, we also repeat the same cycle. We start dating the same type of women and getting the same results and wondering why. Like, why every time I meet a woman, I can't find the right one? Why is it that every time I try to go out and I try to date a woman, and I'm gonna be honest, a lot of brothers don't even give themselves time to heal, to get over that last woman, because sometimes they are still holding on. And the sad part about it is they are looking into other women as if that's the same women that they dealt with before, and they keep feeding that same energy. And it's like, okay, well, every time I meet a woman, we always say, dang, every time I meet a woman, she always wants the same thing. No, every time you meet a woman, you just want the same results. We can't blame her. She's a whole different person. But we're not looking at this woman as if she's a whole different person. We're looking at her as if she's the last one that I was just with. Because we want similar traits that the last woman that we was just with, we want the similar traits from the new woman. And then we want to blame them and say, oh, it's her fault. It's her fault. I can't believe this woman did this stuff to me, man. Yo, she did that. But sometimes you have to look at the caliber of man that you are as a man and understand the mistakes that you have been making from continuously dating the same type of woman. Instead of taking time for yourself and reflecting on yourself and start blaming yourself for half the stuff that you have done in that relationship.
Exactly. For me, I was having this conversation with with some family just the other day, and we have to understand. And what's important is when we were kids, we walked in the classroom, we're like, man, I got to get an A in this class, right? I got to get an A in this class, and the teacher will respectfully say to us, everyone walking in the door has an A. It's your responsibility to lose it. Everybody who you come in contact should have an equal chance to get to know you until they prove otherwise. And the other thing you have to understand is this: the things that you meditate on or focus on the most in your life, they show up. So the things you think about, you talk about, and you meditate about, they're showing up. So you have to be mindful of that too, because if you're spending a lot of time on, man, I keep finding the wrong type of person, the wrong type of woman, the wrong type of guy. Guess what? That focus, those things you focus and meditate on, show up in life in real time. You got to change how you think. You know, that's the reason why they say thinking. What you think does come to pass, because thoughts become actions and words.
That's facts.
That is Brown Brothers is cooking today. Nah, but no, I love what you said, man. That is it's like when we as men, when we start thinking about certain things, we actually start visualizing what it truly looks like. Even when it comes to our women, we could think about this woman and visualize the type of woman that we really want. And we'll go out there and find that same exact woman that we really want. But we have to start saying this is the type of woman that I want, because we have to realize as men, this woman may not be good for us. She can be bad as all outdoors, but dumb as a bowl of rocks and treat us like crap. And we sit there and generate and keep allowing that energy into our lives. We don't even understand how much, and we, a lot of times I say how much baggage women are carrying, right? But let's be real. Men, we carry a lot of baggage. A lot of baggage. I mean, sometimes to the point where it's even the woman that, why you think some women and why you think some women get tired? Because of all the baggage that we carried, and we put it on them we took all this dead weight that we've been holding on to and threw it on their behinds. And now they got to carry all our dead weight. But then we want somebody to pour into us. Well, she's not pouring into me. She's not doing X, Y, and Z. And I can see why, because the woman is tired.
Well, she can't pour in no cup that's already full with negativity.
That part.
You know what I'm saying? And trauma and toxicity. You can't pour anything good into that cup. It's already filled. You got to empty that cup. That's why it's so important for you to heal before you start dealing with the next person. Right? You got to empty that cup so you can allow something good to be filled into the cup, and you can replenish. You can replenish it. But the problem is that as men, a lot of times we do that, man. We walk around with a cup that's already full with some nonsense, and then we expect this woman to be able to show up for us. And I say this about men, and I'm going to say this about women. I say this about me all the time. I'm here for maintenance, not construction. Same thing for women. Women, you should be there for maintenance, not construction. You shouldn't be have to build that man up. That should be something that he's already put the work in. All what you can do is help him maintain that. Right? That's the bottom line. And so if you find yourself doing a bunch of heavy lifting in a situation with a man, I suggest you just dip. You're not supposed to be there.
Bro, some of these men want to be Build-A-Bears. That's the problem. Some of these men want to be Build-A-Bears. They walk in and they want a woman to build them. To be honest, it's crazy work, but it's the truth. These brothers trying to walk into these relationships and knowing doggone well that they want to be built by a woman, because they see the accolades that this woman has. And these are them brothers that walk up to the, shorty got that bag, this, that, and the third. Oh, I know she gonna be able to, she got a badass house, this, that, and the third, and ain't got nothing to offer this woman but trauma. And all he wants to do is make sure that he's good enough to you, to the point where you are truly taking care of this man, where you are building, you know what? Baby, my baby needs this because I don't want my baby walking around looking like this. My baby needs that because I don't want my man. And he's sitting there living off the fruits of your labor.
Yeah, true story. And again, this is why I say, if you listen long enough, we don't just, this ain't a one-sided conversation. It's all those involved, which is male and female. And what, again, it gets back to what we were briefly was talking about, is being grateful, because again, I had a chance to spend some time with my favorite uncle, respectfully, because I'm his first nephew. That's what he refers to me as, the first nephew. And you have to understand that these loved ones are getting older, and you're like, man, let me make the best of this time, because we again don't know how much time we got. And I think it's important, even when we're doing this, man, we don't know how long it's gonna go down. You know, they can decide tomorrow to shut this whole app down. So we're gonna make the best of what we got today. We really need to start learning how to live like today, the last one, and enjoy every moment that we can to the best of our ability, each and every day.
I agree. You know, the problem is I'm not saying that everyone's been through something, but we know my grandma used to always say to me, somebody's going through worse. And I know you remember me saying that a lot. We put all our problems in the hat. We saw other people's problems, you would snap those back. You're like, I don't want that. I'm good on that. But I think we forget about that. Like after some of the stuff that I've experienced, and I've said to people I know in my life experience, for me, some people probably think I'm tripping, man, because I'll sit there and watch a leaf hit the ground. I'm that tuned in, where the smallest things now mean so much. There's nothing trivial. And so, like you said, if you get a chance, if you like someone, or you feel something about someone, and you get a chance to see that person or speak to that person, it shouldn't be no holds barred. It shouldn't be nothing to stop you from just uttering those words. What's the worst that can happen? You miss all the shots you don't take. I remember Jordan said that. How am I gonna worry about missing a shot I ain't even take yet? Bruh.
You talking?
Because some shots ain't for you to take.
How many times have we gone to the store? You be like, you know what? I like that. I'm gonna come back and get it. You come back to get it like a day or two later, and it's gone.
Listen, there was.
Man, I should have bought that shirt or them shoes because when I liked them when I saw them, and you come back and somebody had the same thought as you, and they gone now. So what happened? What you had an opportunity to scoop up, you chose not to because you like it'll be here tomorrow. You found out it wasn't. You found out it wasn't.
And that analogy that 757 just said, like you said, right? As a man, there are some shots you're supposed to take, and sometimes you're supposed to pass that and make that assist. You can't take every shot because you ain't gonna hit every shot that you take. So sometimes you just gotta pass on it, or even sit on the bench. I need a timeout. I need to sit on the bench and rest for a minute as a man. Because we can't just keep running and trying to shoot our shots and shoot all the doggone time. Because what happens one day if you shoot and then you done took 2 shots and a free throw? And you hit them free throws, now what? Now you got about 4 or 5 different individuals you got to deal with. See, that's one of these brothers' problems that they feel like, you know what? Oh, I'm dating this many. No, I'm not going to call myself dating women if I'm laying down with them. That is not dating. And some of these brothers got to stop saying that, oh, I'm dealing with multiple women. Listen, bro. If you did that, there's too many souls that I have to deal with, so many soul ties that I have to deal with, too many names I got to remember, too many different energies that I got to deal with. I need to deal with one person's energy at a time. Let me see how this woman vibe. Let me make sure that we vibe. If we don't vibe, I take time out. I take a pause. I sit on the bench, coach, put somebody else in. Let me rest my mindset, get back up, and then I'm going to reset and go out and find and pursue another woman. But to pursue multiple women is madness, and dudes be thinking that it's cool. It is not. It is not. Because what is to say this? If this woman decides that she wants to deal with multiple men, you get upset because you see her out with a dude. Yeah, I can't believe she out with this dude, and you want to run up on her. Oh, that's how you doing now? That's how we doing? But wait a minute, bro, that's not your girl. See, this is the problem that people have, and I think a lot of men and women have the same issue. Just because you went on a date one day with someone else, and you go on a date with somebody else, and you wind up going to the same spot that you and the other person just went to, and that person happens to see you, now they want to get upset because you with someone else, but guess what? We're not exclusive. You're not my girl. I'm not your man. So if I see you on a date with another dude, hey, now I got to step my game up. If you really like this woman, you're going to have to step your game up, and most of the time, it ain't even that you stepping your game up. You just a jealous individual because you don't want nobody to have that woman.
That's where the love bombing comes. Now you in love real quick. And, you know what I'm saying? Now and they gonna be your wife and all this stuff, and you ain't even haven't established anything with them yet. You know what I'm saying? What you're trying to do is you're trying to get them to only focus on you. That's why women really need to be careful about that love bombing because, you know, unfortunately, sincerity is used as a tool now. You know what I mean? Like before, you'd be like, oh yeah, he's a player and he's a good guy. Now, it's all intertwined. So people are using what the things that they would say as a good brother, as a good man, even though they don't have the good intention. And so that discernment that women must have to be able to sift through all this madness can be taxing on y'all. So we understand that. But I think at the end of the day, that's why you gotta take your time with some of these interactions, because let me tell you something. Energy, boy, energy will weigh you down. You don't think anything of it. But then one day you're wondering why you can't focus. You're wondering why your mind is cluttered. Your house is dirty. You're tired. You don't realize that. I'm gonna tell y'all, go get some sage. Open up them windows, light that sage your car, sage everything. Because at the end of the day, you got to get rid of some of that energy. Clean up, declutter, clean up, light some sage, get reset. Because at the end of the day, being by yourself isn't a bad thing as long as you're working on being a better individual. Because the right individual generally will present themselves.
Right, and that part. The one thing I'm gonna say, you want to say something, 7-5? Go ahead, my brother.
No, I was saying, well said, very well said. Y'all cooking, man. Me and my wife just sitting there taking all the gems in, man. Thank you.
Nah, I mean, listen, I know I always had an issue with people being single, right? That was my thing. I always had an issue with people being single. Y'all know me for always coming at people for being single. But you know what? I have to come to a realization. I can say some women, not all. Some women are single because of the trauma that they have been, because of their past traumas, and they truly can't trust men anymore. And it's like, even when they do go out, they keep finding themselves interacting with the same type of men, right? I can now. Here's the thing. I want people to understand what I'm about to say, and some of y'all women understand what I'm about to say. Sometimes you have to take responsibility of the type of men that you are allowing to engage with you. And sometimes you gotta understand and hear what some of these men are truly saying, because some of these men are not saying anything that you haven't heard before. Let's be real. There is nothing out here that a man can tell you, ladies, that you have never heard before from any man. There is no such thing as game. But just sit there and brother be like, yo, I got mad game. The brother ain't got no game. What it is he just said it in a way that you liked it, that piqued your ear. Not your interest, your ear. And then when you looked at him, plus the way he looks, piqued your interest. So if he's a handsome brother and he came up to you with like apples and oranges, which one would you choose? And you'd be like, oh, I choose the oranges because you think he's fine. Now, if it was a Biggie Smalls type brother that rolled up on you and was said apples and oranges, you probably wouldn't even give him the time of day. So you see where I'm coming from? Exactly. You see, sometimes a woman is only some of y'all women only want to be in relationships, and only when it's healthy enough, when it fits you. When the brother does not pique your interest. Oh, he ain't fine enough for me. He's all right, but no, it's something about him. But you also gotta tell yourself, is there something about me?
Yeah, because I'm trying to figure out when did the brothers, and I'm talking about the fellas, you know what I mean? Not necessarily us. When did the fellas get on this BBL kick? I'm trying to understand that.
I don't, bro. What do you mean BBL kid? What do you mean?
Meaning, you know, the phase, the fad of, you know, being attracted to just women with BBLs. I'm like, when did that start happening, fellas? You know what I'm saying? Like, we as men. I'm not talking about us. I'm talking about we as men.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
When did that become a thing? Like, bro, that's when I don't know sisters that don't.
First of all, let me tell you something about them BBLs. It's going to deflate somewhere along the line, and I mean, as you get older, what you think is supposed to happen with that stuff? I mean, let's just be real. But here's the thing I do want to talk about though when it comes to us men. Why is it that we get with women that created this lifestyle, and sometimes they expect for us to keep up that lifestyle for them? Like, you met me like this. You knew? No, I didn't know that you was like that until I encountered you. Like, you got some. Now here's the thing: if one man creates a lifestyle for a woman, the next brother that she get with should not have to continue that path that the other man created.
True story.
You know what though? What gets me about this is the delusion. There's so much delusion on both sides that it's unreal. Like I see some of the things some people say, and I swear by God they trolling. I'm like, she's got to be trolling. It was a woman, and she went viral for this, saying that she left this dude, but she expected him to help upkeep the lifestyle that he provided for her while in the relationship. I'm like, all right, I understand some of us do things for clicks. We can understand that's a real thing, but I do think there are some people that are this delusional now.
No, they
really,
are.
Crazy.
They got women that get mad about brothers that don't want to. Oh, you ain't gonna pay for my nails. You ain't gonna pay for my hair. Hold up, time out. Who told you to get nails? Like, why I gotta pay for something that you already got on your head?
I'm gonna get more rapping for you, Velvet. I had a coworker say I was never gonna find my wife because I didn't eat groceries, eat the booty. I'm like, what? She's like, all men do that. She
No,
said, you ain't doing that. You gonna be alone.
Well, I guess I'll be by myself.
That's what I said.
Ain't no way in the world. First of all, let me tell you, I'm not eating nobody groceries because some of y'all can't cook. That's number one. Number two, I'm gonna tell. Listen.
Hold up, bro.
I'm keeping it a buck. Number two, I'm telling men like this, fellas, and this for you brothers. If you can't get with a woman that if you dating a woman, make sure she can cook. And make sure she can cook right, because not every woman can sit there talking about I be burning stuff. I be putting my foot in the air. It do taste like athlete feet when you make that dish. Like you got to make sure that you can find, because it ain't all about going. When you get with a woman and all she talk about is going out to eat. Guess what? You bound to drizzle, bro, because your pockets is gonna get drizzling. Because every time you go out, you got to go in her crib and go and look in her kitchen, see if she got dishes in there. If she ain't got no real pots and pans, no real mixing spoons, and you could tell when she been using them, especially the spoons that got little chips on them and all that. If she got all that stuff and it still look brand new, walk.
Yeah, the spices. Do she got some spices?
Thank you. And we ain't talking about salt and pepper. We talking about paprika, nutmeg, a little cinnamon sugar. You know what I'm saying? All that oregano, all that stuff. Thyme. Exactly. Shoot. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And make sure that at least they halfway done, halfway through, because that means she been cooking. You go in there, you open it up, and it still got the lid on the lid. You know what?
Yeah. It's look, the bottle is still on full.
That part.
Yeah,
Listen, man. You gotta find them, because even some of them be like, oh, I could cook, I could throw down. You go to their house. And listen, I'm not gonna lie. I went to this one chick, right? I went to her crib. She was like, "What you want to eat?" So I told her, I want some smothered chops, some rice, little black eyed peas, and some spinach. That was the meal I wanted.
bro, she didn't go get the cans, did she?
No, it looked like shingles.
Chill.
Y'all know what shingles is?
Bro, yes, chill.
It looked like shingles, bro. I was pissed.
Oh shoot.
Not your boy.
I gotta see some of this in the comments, man. I don't cook for men ever. See this is what I mean. It's stuff like this, the delusion. So if a man was pursuing you and I hear that, you think I'm going forward? You think I'm gonna keep walking into this relationship? And it's the principle of it. It ain't even necessarily about me personally. Just to know that you have this mindset, I don't cook for men ever. Like, what? You've been that that battered or whatever that you just gonna put all men to this position where no one deserve this. No man could ever have that from you. All right, that's cool. Then I mean, maybe you just meant to be with yourself.
No, but 7-5. Here's the sad part. If a woman ever said, I'm never, I got all this stuff, I ain't gonna cook. But what happens when you get married? What happens when you get married? Do you cook for your man then, or does that man have to cook, or do you guys just keep ordering out? Because last I checked, the more you keep ordering out, the bigger your behind gets. Because that outside food is not better than inside food. I'd rather have a home cooked healthy meal where we ain't got to go out and spend no money all the doggone time. Where I can just sit back and relax and be like, baby, even at the same time, you know what the sexiest thing about it is too? When you in there cooking and your man come in and be like, baby, you need help? Let me help you with something. You know what I'm saying? Let me stand behind you and act like I'm helping you chop something, even though I'm just caressing you. See, y'all don't know nothing about that.
That part. It's just the unwillingness to do for each other. I saw a quote that said, we can't help everyone, but everyone can help someone. If everyone literally just helped one person, we will all be covered. But we are so entitled and self-centered and so like negative in our thinking that we just assume the worst. We go into it assuming that someone's trying to get over on us. I'm not going to do this for this man. I'm not going to do this for this woman. Like, you don't even know this person. Against 8.4 billion people in the world, I'm not going to sum all these people or all these women up to these 2 women that I had negative encounters with. That's ridiculous.
See, the thing is that when men we watching a woman cook, right? Here's what we do: we walk in the kitchen because the food, or if we know that food smelling good, let me get up. Then we get up in the kitchen. We see we might kiss you on your neck. Boy, stop! You see me? I'm over here cooking. I know we might really walk in there, grab you on your assets. Why you play so much? You know what I'm saying? But that's part of intimacy. We're showing our intimate, we're showing our vulnerable side even to an extent. But see, some of y'all don't see it like that. And if you do, listen, we respect it. But we already know that we out there. We coming in there to distract you because not only does your food smells good, but baby, you looking good when you cooking that food. Some of y'all be staring there cooking and your body be moving and your assets be shaking. We be like, oh, damn. Hold on, baby. Take 5 minutes. Have you put that food in the oven? Let's come on. Yep, man.
If you really want, if the fellas really want to keep it sexy, learn to cook. And if you can cook for your lady, bruh, please, your credit score will change. I promise you. Your credit score will change. And we ain't talking about something hard to cook. You know, people try to realize stuff is not hard to make. You just got to reach out to brothers that know how to cook. And I promise you, like I said before, you be talking about, you ain't got to ask for it. It's going to be given to you on a platter.
So let me just say this to all the ladies for people that are trying to request up. If you are trying to request up, you have to come up with a question, not a statement. If you want to come up, you have to come up with a question for us to ask. That's the only way we're only allowing women to come up on the platform. If you have a question, you are more than welcome to come up and ask a question.
Hold on, what's a lie?
And please don't go for a 5-minute monologue and then follow it with a question.
Don't do that. we packing in.
Yeah.
We're gonna take you to baggage claim. You're gonna write the baggage claim.
That's a lie. What's a lie?
Who says somebody said something is a lie?
What are we talking about, fam? Pull them up. I don't want to hear what we talking about because when brothers be in the background, I gotta figure out what you're talking about.
Because see, sometimes when we tell women you can ask a question, they come up with this whole monologue thing. Like he said, well, let me just say this, my last guy I was with this, and this, and this. So, fella, I just want to ask a question now. No, just get to the question. This is what we do over here.
I saw the question down there. That's a tough question to ask, but that's the thing that wants to permission. Me personally, I don't go into that. Like, when I met my wife, wasn't an expectation. Hopefully, after a month, she started making my dinner. Like, nah, it's not. this cornful of things.
Okay.
Okay, there we go. We got Madam Rhymes. Let's come on up, Madam Rhymes. We'll accept that question.
Okay. Look, Sergeant Arms is here. She said, y'all need to stay out of the
Hold on, we got Madam Rhymes. Good morning, Madam Rhymes. How you doing, sister?
Good. Y'all acting crazy today.
Okay, so what was your question?
How soon in, when a man meets a woman, how soon in does he know that he wants to pursue something serious with her?
trick question?
No, yeah, right. The trick.
It's not long at all.
It's not.
Not long at all. For me, 4 hours.
Wow. 4 hours.
4 hours. And married right now, 4 hours. 4 hour conversation turn into a non-stop, everyday, meaningful conversation.
Wow.
Yeah, we would know. He's right. By the first initial conversation, it's the first conversation that you have with that woman will let you know if how far I want to pursue or what kind of relationship I want to pursue with this woman. See, if the first conversation is about sexual and what you're wearing and all that other stuff, that tells me what type of women I got and how I'm going to deal with this woman. But if the conversation is just conversation, which makes me want to engage even more with her. And the longer I'm on the phone, the better the conversation is.
Thank you.
And here's a good thing to always ask too. If you've been on a couple of dates with somebody and you think that they have an interest in you, do this. Because we as men don't like to be put in this position. Are we dating or are we courting? Because dating means you can do what you want to do. If I say I'm courting, that means it's me and you. That means we're exclusive. That means we should be able to ask those real questions like, okay, so how are we gonna deal if we're doing this, how are we gonna deal with the folks we used to date or we had some situations with? Because now we gotta cut that off. And for me, I made it real quick. I did a group text. Here we go. Love you, got to go.
Not the group.
But see, it's real though. That's some grown people stuff. You talking about grown people stuff? If a brother feels like he don't want to lose you, I promise you, he'll be like, nah, it's me and you. Baby girl, it's me and you. If it ain't, he'll let you slide. And that's okay if you're not the first round draft choice. But for him,
Right.
don't stop. I tell people, ladies, stop walking around here being the second and third round draft choice when you can be the first round draft choice, because that's the one that's gonna get them the attention.
I love it.
We build the franchise around the first round draft choice. We don't build it around the person who got drafted late, didn't even get drafted. He got invited to camp.
That's true.
Say that.
So,
that part.
Don't be afraid to ask it respectfully. Say, hey, okay, cool. It's been cool. I appreciate we going out, get, kind of, as my brother would say, getting data from each other. It's okay to say, okay, after about the third or fourth day, hey, so are we dating or are we courting? What we doing?
Yeah.
Because men know we ain't spending our time just to be spending our time. Now, you also know when a brother just trying to get to your waistline, if I may say it that way.
Yes.
And you ain't got time for that either. That's why I said, when you put us in a situation where we gotta make a decision, we gonna make a decision.
Bottom line.
You knew within 4 hours.
Yeah, we all did. That's the cardinal rule.
4 hours. 4 hours.
You know what? Listen, you know in that day, you know what? How a man knows, because once he hangs up the phone with this woman, it's that thing. You know what? I can't wait to speak to her again. I can't wait till I actually see this woman in person. See, we get that feeling. But see, sometimes we also get that feeling like, I don't know about shorty. Nah, I don't know. It's something about it that just ain't clicking right. But you know what? She got that, she look all right enough to, I might have to break that off real quick, get another notch on my belt, but she ain't gonna be the one. But that one is the one that we truly want to speak to again, that we can't wait, that anticipation. When you be like, well, so when we ask this question, so when's the next time I can talk to you? Not see you, but when's the next time we can have this conversation? And you'd be like, well, it's going to be a couple days from now. You know what? We're going to wait them couple days. We might even text you after we hang up, just letting you know I'm thinking about you. Listen.
We get real childish too. We start talking about, well, you hang up first. I'm like, look,
exactly.
You gotta be on the phone. Hey, you look up. It's 6 o'clock, and you got to get up at 7. You're like, bruh. So you go to work. You ain't even tired. You're not even tired. No, you're not even tired because you weren't working. You were having a great conversation.
Yep.
And you don't want it to end. You're like, okay, so can we just go sit somewhere and talk for a minute?
That
We
part.
know right away.
We ain't waiting a couple of days.
No. We gonna be disrespectful and call you anyhow.
Exactly.
Just because.
We also know right away, and that's why I was asking.
Okay. Well, listen. Thank you, madam. We appreciate you.
Thanks for the invitation to come up. Happy post Thanksgiving to all of you guys. You guys are cutting up.
Oh man,
You gotta come on, man.
Mid-sentence,
Oh my God, here we go. Who's next? Somebody said they had a question in the chat. Oh, Monet Too Short. Let's get Monet up here. Come on, Monet, request up. Yeah, that was a good question, though.
Very good question. Good answer. Great answer.
Yeah.
Man. You know what I saw Steven Speak say when it comes to that as well? He said, you know how you can tell when a man simply is lusting for you is when he's not affected by anything you do. When a man actually cares and has emotions in it, what you do can affect him. It bothers him. Like if you diss it or whatever, if you shoot him down, if you're so the man that's only lusting for you, he only sees the mission. He only sees so he can go out and chase you for years because he's just trying to crack.
That
He's just trying
part.
to do whatever he sees what he wants. So nothing affects him. But when a man's heart is actually in it, it bothers him when he don't hear from you. It bothers him when you don't receive him well or you don't reciprocate. Those things bother him. But if all I want to do is smash, I don't care what you talking about. I don't care what you doing because I'm here for that.
That's it.
I'm here for that, and that's all I'm here for.
Yo, you ain't lying. When you, bro, you hit that on the head. When we like you, and we don't hear from you, we hurting because in our mind it's like, yo, who else she talking to? What's she doing? And then when we call you and we don't get no response, oh, that makes it even worse, bro. you be over like y'all know, you be rocking, you be getting tight for no reason. And then here's the funny part: you be so pissed off the moment she calls you. Hey, how you doing? All that hardness, bro. You went from the Incredible Hulk all the way down to Babyface. Like, listen, I was. How you doing? And don't even tell her that you was mad the entire time.
You telling the truth, bro.
Yo, we be in. See, a lot of women don't understand the power that you have when a brother truly is digging you.
Oh, bro.
Men have waged wars over their woman.
I'm
and the whole other castle getting hit up, and that nothing to do with it.
nothing.
Nothing to do with it.
And don't get us. And don't get us. Look, what about these? What about these? Oh, I know you call her. Hey, how you doing? I just want to let you know I was thinking about you. Listen, when you get a chance, call me back. 2 hours later. So I just called. Just want to let you know that I want to make sure you're okay. 2 hours later, I'm saying I called you like 2 times already. Like, why you ain't answering the phone? Why you can't call me back? 2 hours later, you know what? I ain't got time for this. For real. Like, I don't even know why you playing this game for. I called you like 4 times. And guess what? It wasn't even 2 hours later. Each time was 5 minutes. It just felt like 2 hours to you. Bro, and then the moment she calls you back, well, why you left me all those messages? She calls you back and she didn't check her voicemails. She calls you back and you like, yo, what's up? She be like, well, like, what's going on? You okay? Yeah, I was just busy. I was doing X, Y, and Z, this, and this. Oh, for real? Oh, my bad, And next thing you know, she checks her voicemail. Well, why did you leave me all those messages? Listen, I was in my feelings. What's up, cover girl? What you got, sis?
Hey, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So my only question, and I'm gonna make this real brief before I get put on my list. So how do we know that men really like us?
So you ain't just hear what we just said, did you?
I've been listening. But I'm gonna ask that question again, and I ask that question simply because sometimes women do get mixed signals. So I heard you say, all this stuff, but again, how do we really know? that you like us.
Because he ain't trying to smash.
Correct.
That man wants to, he's putting in work. He wants to spend nothing but time with you. He values your opinion, and he actually sits in. He wants to just have conversation. He's not looking for anything else but just to be around you, not to be inside you.
I think it's an unfair question,
And it's very loaded.
I don't think you ever truly know until you know.
Right.
His behavior is going to show you that, and that you can't get that behavior in one or two conversations. You know what I'm saying? So if you like, oh, I gotta know if he's really into me before I do something, well, you gotta be patient.
Another thing.
And again, that's the reason why I asked that question, because again, women do get mixed signals.
But sister.
And like I said, I wanted to ask that question because you all spit facts, and I love it.
Cover
so
girl.
You can drop me down.
No.
That's the only question I had.
Cover girl. Here's another answer for you. Here's another answer for you. You know how that man is into you? Because he chose you. You didn't choose him.
I see Sarah. I think she was the one that came up. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think she was the one that came up and said if a man wasn't locked up or something like that. I don't know if that was her.
Yeah, that's her. That's her.
I appreciate you, but just to say to Cover Girl again, like what Logan was saying, and even before saying it's a subjective thing, but someone really values you. When someone really values you, not just your body, not just your appearance, not just your accolades, they really do want to know you. And that takes time. That takes time. Like, people can put up a mask, but it's only so long. It's only so long somebody can act, and the truth is going to come out. And so, like you said, you see how they interact with you. You see how they embrace you and how they value your time, how they truly value your time, your input, your thoughts, everything that encompasses you, and not just the surface.
But why do women? Let's get to Monet for. What's up, Monet? Welcome in, sister.
Good morning.
What is your question this morning?
Okay, so my question is, can an older gentleman be really, I don't know how to word it. Okay, so can an older gentleman be really into an age gap relationship? So I am in a 13-year age gap relationship. I'm 28 and he's 41.
Okay.
And he has way more experience than I am. He's been married before. I've never been married before. So it's kind of like a give and take with me. But sometimes I don't know if this is just time being passed by, because I'm not going to say he's been divorced, but he's never been by himself. And I've experienced being by myself because he married at a young age. So I don't know. If
So your question is what, sweetheart? Because you're monologuing a little bit.
I'm sorry. I guess my question is should I give him time to allow himself to be with himself?
Well, how long have you been with him?
Probably about maybe a year and a half now.
Okay, so within a year and a half, you already you already spent a year and a half. Like, what is there to let him figure out? He's already figured it out. Has he disrespected you? Has he cheated on you? Has he been talking to other women?
No.
There you go. So that man has locked you down. That's the longest relationship you probably have. So maybe you may have some issues, not that man. Maybe you are the one that's afraid, not him, because he's already got the experience. So he already knows what it takes. You don't know what it takes.
Okay.
It's the quiet part for me. You good. Just let it flow. Let that man be him. Let him treat you like the women that you're supposed to be treated with. That's it. Bottom line.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Pack them up, Lo. Who's next? All right, come on, Brown Sugar. Yeah, they're going to get this work this morning. I ain't even had no Bustelo. What's up, Brown? What's your question, love?
Good morning to the men. My question is, do men really forgive women?
Forgive for what? Yeah, we forgive, but we don't forget the same way y'all forgive and y'all don't forget.
Thank you.
It's simple.
That's it.
We forgive you, but our forgiveness is to an extent. If we do it again, we out. So y'all forgive and forgive and forgive because y'all hold on to it, and then you bring it up later on down the road. Once a man do something else, but I remember when you did this, I remember when you did this. We'll forgive you once, but the second time, you only get 2 strikes with a man.
Okay. And I want to follow up the reason why I asked, because I'm gonna be transparent. I was the infidelator in my marriage. And I've always wondered, it's always been, and I'm a supporter of my BLK men, it's always been, about the woman in an infidelity in a relationship. But we cheat too. You know what I'm saying? But the outcome is always different because for women, we're nurturers and we always want the fairy tale lifestyle. I love him. We got kids. What? And we'll keep forgiving. But just like I've always said, that a man will forgive you one time, but he's always going to have that picture of another man being with you and outdoing him, everything in the back of it. So it's hard for a man to forgive versus a woman. We'll forgive you over and over and over again because of our love for you.
Interesting.
But thank you for your honesty. I just wanted validation to say, it's
No
not
doubt.
all about.
But let me tell you one thing. It's not that your love for us, it's the conditions of the love that you have for us. I just want to say that.
Yes.
It's totally different things. But we appreciate you. Thank you, Brown.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Hello?
I saw this dude say this, yo, and it really stuck with me. And I hope the ladies can hold on to this. He was like, a man can have kids with you. A man can make you meet his family, can take you out the country. A man can even marry you, and that does not mean that he truly loves you. The way that you would know that a man truly loves you, and this is just an opinion, a perspective, is when that man does the best that he can to be better for you. When he makes changes to adhere to being a better man for you, to honor you. And it's not necessarily changing himself as in, I want to be this kind of person for her. It's about, all right, I know I need to step up, or I need to be better in certain areas of my life. And so I'm doing that. Not so much simply for the woman, but you being a part of that. You being a part of the motivation for that. That means cutting on women or anything.
I want to address something, though. See, here's the thing. If you are a woman that's dating an older man, right? Even though that man has experience and has already been through certain things in his life and you have not, then you need to ride that wave and allow those experience to help you become a better woman at the same time. Because this man already knows he's been through some stuff. See, a lot of times women would give another woman advice about, this, that, and third, who haven't even experienced what another woman is going through, but they quick to give somebody an advice on something about like that. But if a woman asks a man about a question about, a man that's 14, 13 years age has nothing to do with it, because a lot of times women mature faster than men, even though a man can be older than that woman. So there's actually something that brother can actually learn from that sister, even though she's younger than him. See, sometimes y'all be like, no, this, that, and the third. And sometimes women damage women instead of saying, like, sometimes I know men damage women, but guess what? Some of your women damage women as well. But I'm going to leave that there. Dr. Thug, what up? What questions you got?
What's going on? Hey, I got a question. I was on a panel yesterday, and I got drugged by a bunch of women for this because I made a statement. My question is this right here. If I see something is wrong in my relationship with my woman, and I pull her to the side to try to, see what's going on, and she don't want to talk now, but she want to talk maybe like 3 or 4 weeks later, and I say I don't want to talk about it. Am I wrong for saying that I don't want to talk about it when she's ready to talk about it?
Nope.
If she's been complaining to me about communication?
Nope. Because at the end of the day, when she's complaining to you about communication and you're ready to communicate and she's not, then you are not wrong, my brother. If she sits there and tells you want to wait 3 weeks, what are you waiting 3 weeks for? What does it take 3 weeks for? What? It takes you 3 weeks to get your answer straight? No, you are not wrong. Bottom line.
All right. That was my only question.
Yeah, don't let these,
because the thing is, my brother, don't go on an all-female panel no more, bro.
Yeah, you setting yourself up for failure.
That's not a good look. You're gonna get drugged almost every time.
Well, it was men in there too, but I felt like the men were trying to side with the women because they were trying to make
because they were simping, bro. You was in an all-female panel. We just listen.
It was a female panel, fam.
All right.
Listen, brothers, we gonna listen. At the end of the day, Because here's the thing, you gotta reverse that same question. If your woman came to you and wanted to talk to you about something, and you tell her give you 3 weeks, how you think she gonna feel? She didn't want to hear that nonsense. She wanted right then and there.
Right. So and understand that there's a time frame with, pulling to decide, hey, not right now. Maybe because of the situation we're in right now. Let's do this in the privacy of our home, where we can have a chop it up situation and nobody's feeling disrespected, or blast it on. We don't want to put our business on Front Street.
Right.
You have to. It should be a timely fashion of having that conversation. It's not 3 weeks later.
No.
Because that's almost like, when your children act up, right? You don't give your child a beating for something they did 3 weeks ago. You have to address it now on what we're going to do as far as the punishment or the discipline. Communication is the same way. You got to give people time if it's a heated situation to cool down. And now let's revisit it. Can we revisit this conversation?
Right.
3 weeks.
Yeah,
makes no sense.
Yeah, you talking.
Calmer minds prevail, man. Allow that energy and those emotions to die down. You'll have a better conversation, and a more impactful conversation. But sometimes people can't handle it in the heat of the moment. But if it takes you 3 weeks, if it takes somebody 3 weeks to calm down, I suggest you have all your stuff packed. Anything that you have over there, make sure you got your toothbrush, your hoodies, whatever they didn't took. It did, because and that's for women as well. You know what I'm saying? If it takes somebody 3 weeks to calm down, y'all gotta go. Don't stay there. That ain't where you want to be.
Not at all. Not at all. Like, at the same token, that person don't even want to be with you if they didn't want to have that conversation in 3 weeks. Listen, ain't no way in the world you gotta wait. I should be waiting any long time. I would say the most maybe a day, if that much. The most I would say a day. But sometimes at the end of the day, like, depending on the person that you're with, you may have to give them that space to truly get ready. Now, I'm not saying 3 weeks is enough time to get ready, because 3 weeks means you're trying to evade the question. You're trying to evade having this conversation, because in 3 weeks you might think I'm going to forget about it. But guess what? Some of us are elephants. We don't forget jack. And when that third week happened to come up, be like, listen, we're going to talk about it now. This is week number 3. We ain't going to a month.
It's a whole nother conversation after 3 weeks.
Yeah.
It's like it's not even about just that. Now it's about all kind of other stuff, because let me tell you something, the scenarios we create in our head in 3 weeks. I used to tell my daughter this all the time when she would get mad, and she would clam up, and it would be like, hey, listen, baby, if you want, ask yourself this. Now that we've had this conversation, do you feel better? I do. Then why did you allow yourself 2 weeks to sit in that misery, in that anger, when we could have had this conversation maybe the next day, and you could have got those 2 weeks back of not feeling the way you was feeling?
Yeah.
Lack of communication creates room for imagination.
Say that again, please.
Lack of communication creates room for imagination.
Yeah.
Go to the corner, bro. You're not gonna keep throwing stuff out here. I'm making you put them in the comments.
Good morning. Welcome in, everybody. Listen, can you tap the screen, please? We should be past 35K. If you ladies and gentlemen are enjoying the conversation, can you at least get us? Let's try to get to 100K today, respectfully. That's all we asking. I ain't asking for much. We ain't asking for no gifts. All I'm asking for y'all to please use your finger, tap the screen. If you want to share the live out, share the live out. We're not asking you for much, but just thank you for engaging in the conversation with us fellas this morning. We truly appreciate that. And good morning to everybody that's coming in. Yeah, well, good morning to everybody that's in here. But yeah, bro, I mean, listen, the conversation part in a relationship for a man is not difficult. A lot of times we truly want to hear what a woman has to say, but sometimes when we don't respond back, it's not that we don't want to say anything. Sometimes a man's lack of response, which means, sweetheart, you are 100% correct. I have nothing to pour into that. I agree with everything that you were saying. Guess what? You right, to the point where you shut me up. And I can only be like, you know what? You got it. You right. And then and sometimes I'm expecting that women can actually accept that part and be like, okay, now where do we go from here? Instead of getting upset that the fact that, oh, you're not hearing me, you're not responding. But baby, not everything needs a response. Like, why do a man should always feel like he has to respond to a question that you already know the answers to?
Man, yeah, it's been a cook session in here this morning, man. As always, all y'all brothers, man. That's and it's crazy because I remember someone saying that to me too. That it's about picking your battles. That's one of the. I think. If I'm not mistaken, Unc said that. I know you said that as well. I'm pretty sure Ford said it. I think all three of y'all said it, and I've heard it from my cousin. Man, picking your battles. That's a major part as well, because everything doesn't need to always be attacked or be. Sometimes we gotta just sit in things and just let things unfold in time.
But here's my thing. Let me say this, which I always find amazing when men talk. Women want to insert themselves like, well, women are the same way. We're not talking about your sisters. This is men talking about men, what we do and what we see. We already know what y'all women. We already know that it goes both ways. But right now, we're only talking about a one-way street. No disrespect to any other women out there. But you got, sometimes you just got to let us brothers be brothers and let us cook a little bit without y'all throwing in your seasoning, because sometimes your seasoning is terrible. And you mess up the soup.
Amen.
The soup, bro.
Yeah. Now, I mean, I'm just saying, man, like, you know, when it comes to certain things with us, you know, a lot of things, like a lot of men have been so misunderstood. And it's to the point where it's like, oh, when I hear women say, oh, I know a man. How do you truly know a man? Because if you knew a man, you would be able to keep a man. Now we're going to go there. I said it.
Let me sit down.
You know I'm about to go hard in the paint. When I hear these women talk about, oh, I know men. Really? If you knew them, you ain't got one. So guess what? You don't know nothing about a man. Yeah, it's that part. You don't hear a man talk about, I know women. I don't know women. I can sit here and honestly say, I've never known women. I know about them, but to sit here and actually say, I know women, I know what they want, I know what they think, I'll be lying. Because some brothers, here's the sad part. You got men that say that they know women and think that every woman wants the same doggone thing, and they do not.
Preach.
Some of us don't listen. Some of us are married and still don't even know our wives truly.
You ever see that joint where the woman does a video, the woman says, I'm fine, and so it puts them on a game show with 4 options of what she really means. Like, I'm fine means A, I'm really mad about what we talked about last night. B, I'm really he's trying to figure out which one it really is. And that's on both sides a lot of times, but like you said, we don't realize that, and a few of us do. And this was I needed to hear this. I'm looking at mine right now.
Yeah, but you know what too? And if we gonna be honest with each other, we also have to stay, as they say, yesterday was yesterday, today is today. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, you know, because if you're trying to be a better version of yourself every day, what you thought was gonna fly yesterday ain't gonna fly with your spouse or your significant other today.
Mm-hmm.
You'd be like, yeah, you know, how about this? They're like, no, I don't do that no more, or I'm not doing that no more. Like, you know, especially like, for example, my wife is vegan. I can't be talking about making stuff that I used to make because that ain't where she at no more. So you have to understand how to make moves and adjust and modifications to the here and now. Because today, you know, things can be different in their mindset. And any man too, but I'm just referring to, you know, the women. Like, you gotta be able to go, oh, wait a minute, so they changed the play? Yeah, they changed the play. We run it in a different way now.
It's a playbook.
And don't be upset about it.
Playbook.
Just run it.
That playbook gets changed every day. Like, this one lady just asked a question in the chat. She said, what do you think it takes to keep a man? I'm a man, so I can't tell you what I think it takes to keep a man. At the end of the day, that is up to you as the individual, how you plan on keeping that man. It's like, I can't give you, because every man is different. So I can't tell you what it is to keep a man. It's about the man that the man that chooses to be with you, and how he reacts.
They said it is, and I hit on the head as well. Like, you gotta learn. I told my wife I'm always gonna be learning you. You know, I try to learn you every day. I know every day is new. His mercies are new. So I would never assume that she's gonna be the same woman 5-10 years from now. That just means that we didn't learn anything. We weren't growing. That means I wasn't learning her and keeping up and growing with her. So yeah.
It's a whole different thing when it comes to men. You can't expect every man, because I've heard women always say, you know, all men are dogs and all men are this, that, and the third. But if you haven't dated every single man, you can't say that. Just because of the men that you have allowed into your life were like that, because they looked at you as you was worthless. And that's a sad case. When a man could look at a woman and think that she's not worth truly being with, that you're not worth being married to, but all you are just an easy lay. You are a woman that is easy. And the sad part about it is, some of y'all women deal with these men that just call y'all just to get something, and then you thinking that you got the upper hand. But really, who really has the upper hand? Because it's already hard for some of us men to try. It's already hard for men to get some from a woman anyway. But the simple fact is, this man can pick up and call you, and you make it that easy for him to come over and slay you, and then you thinking that you got the upper hand. But you truly don't. Because he ain't even got to work to get it.
Why in this Catholic Church?
These women will sit there, have this man call you at whatever time of night. Yo, what you doing? Yo, what you wearing? Word. What you mean I can't? Come on, let me just come over. You ain't doing nothing right now. Like, who over there? Your kids asleep? All right. What you want me to bring you? I got you. Now it's 2 o'clock in the morning. This dude coming to your crib. You got to get out your sleep just to get laid. And then all he got to do is get up and leave. It doesn't matter how old these women are. These are women from the age of 25 to 50, maybe older. There's no age gap. You can't put no age gap between that. Ain't no age gap, because there are women. There are senior women that's doing it, and there are young girls that's doing it. Having these men call them. Listen, some of these older women, these mature women are out here doing young girl crap and talking about I'm a woman, I'm mature. Yeah, all right.
Yeah. And don't get it twisted. Fellas are just as trifling for being that way. The brothers are just as trifling for being that way. I'm like, look, man, don't call my house past 10 o'clock if we ain't in an emergency.
Yeah.
If it ain't an emergency, don't call my house after 10 o'clock. Okay, who did?
First of all,
I'm single, and if my phone ring after 9 o'clock, I'm like, all right, what happened?
Yeah.
Right.
Because I'm gonna tell you like this: at a certain age, you calling a person at a certain time, ain't that much talking in the world. What are we talking about at 9, 10 o'clock at night that we could have talked about all day? You had all afternoon to call me, but you want to call me at 9 o'clock at night. What is we talking about? Are you? Because the next is there's one or two things. What you doing? You coming over, or am I coming over there? Bottom line, because you know it's still going to take 30 to 45 minutes to get to my crib. So where you at?
And if that's the arrangement you got, can't be mad about it.
And then you know what the funny part is? What is there to really talk about at late night but smashing? What you wearing? The conversation becomes more intimate and a lot more sexual than y'all think.
My grandmother said to her, ain't nothing good going on past 11, 12 o'clock. And my mother said to her, whatever I want to do, I can do before then.
Listen, why you think men scroll their phones? Why you think men, when they call women at certain times at night, when they feeling some kind of way, let me call this chick. She don't answer, let me call this one. Because he's looking for that sexual conversation. Somebody to engage with that's going to pique that interest for that moment. So he's going to call every dog on every chicken because guess what? He's going to go through his Rolodex. And out of 10 women, number 8 might pick up. He ain't even got to get through 10. He's going to call 10. He's going to make 8 phone calls and wait for somebody to answer that phone. And the one that answers the phone is the victim, the one that's going to fall victim.
Man.
Yeah, because the first 5 are the ones he wants. The next ones is the ones he think he can just get.
Exactly. And you know what? And I'm going to tell y'all women, for those that answer that phone after 9, 10 o'clock, y'all the victims. Y'all the one he's going to keep on the phone and try to gas you for a while. He's going to conversate with you until he can find out if he can come over or are you coming over. Because the moment he say, what you wearing right now? What you doing? What you wearing? Oh, you got that on? Let me see. Send me a picture. Stop playing. Yeah, y'all heard that before. Y'all heard that before. They know they heard that before. I ain't saying, picture. Come on, send me. I got my bonnet on. So what? Just take a body shot. I ain't trying to see your hair.
True story.
Oof, man.
It's deeper than that. You can still get it with the bonnet on.
Say it again.
Wait, let's keep it up. You can don't send the pic with the bonnet. I don't care.
Nice.
See, it's a lot of women saying that they don't send pics, but how do we know that? You ain't even got to send pics. Because you know what the funny part is? You already got pictures on your profile. So therefore, they already know. Listen, they done scrolled your profile, looking at you, taking pictures of your assets and all that other stuff. Please. Some of y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all, this is gonna sting. Some of y'all women are bad fantasies for brothers. No.
Nice. Yeah, that part.
No. Some of these women are truly bad fantasies for men.
He said what he said.
He said what he said. You know what though? For the believers in the chat, find somebody that's, when you're chasing God, that they can keep up with you. And vice versa, that y'all both chasing God that earnestly and that devoted, that y'all are in par with each other.
Yeah, they're talking about explain. If I need to explain it, then guess what? That means it's you. I don't need to explain when I say that you are. Listen, I said this and I'm gonna say it again. If y'all women take down half of them provocative pictures that you got on your profiles, and y'all know what I'm talking about, the long shots with you showing your assets, all your little curves and all this other stuff, please. What do you think? You think a real man is going to? You think a man is going to pull up and be like, "That's my wife right there. She looked like the type of woman I could marry."
Bruh, V, I showed a picture of the last woman I was talking to before my wife. I already knew, but I just did it just to see what my nana was saying. She was like, booty call. That's all she said. Nothing else. And I had a feeling she was going to say that, but it said, this is an older woman. And I think a lot of women forget that. They look at the women of the past. But if you go back and look, I saw a video, I don't know if y'all saw this in black and white, and they were looking at this dress. And they were like, why would I be caught wearing that out in public? And this is not to knock women for how they dress now, but we just saying that it does matter. It does matter.
It definitely does.
So somebody keep asking, are you all married? Does it really matter if we married or not? We just men up here having a conversation. What does us men being married, whether we're married or not, have to do with the conversation, the thing that we're talking about? We're talking about what we see. And at the end of the day, I'm gonna tell you why you think y'all get so many. And I'm gonna be honest. Women say, "Oh, I do this." Y'all do it because y'all want brothers. Not even brothers. Y'all want these adult boys to keep scrolling through your joint, liking these photos because that's what you only attracting creeps. You ain't attracting no masculine man. You ain't attracting no husband type man. You attracting creeps. That's why your comments be blowed up. Damn, fire. Yo, shorty, you look beautiful. Ma, I would love to eat that. Yo, please.
Yo, bro, did y'all remember that song by Glenn Lewis? What's it called? Don't You Forget It.
Yes.
I love that song. So I want, if anyone in the chat, can y'all go back and watch that video? Watch the Star Woman. I've seen her in a few videos before. Look at how she was dressed, but look at the energy behind that. Like that video, the video lady, the women I mean, it's not to dictate how y'all dress, but what we're saying is it's an energy that comes behind how you appear as well. It's an energy that you automatically give off. You come out in the Catwoman suit, what kind of energy you think you're giving? It's not giving the energy that I'm gonna marry this woman, I want to marry her, this is a wife. Yet maybe to the guy that's a hustler, that's fast lane, but again, that's the kind of man that you're more likely gonna attract. So how's that man gonna treat you? How's this man gonna carry you? You got to be mindful of that. If you want a man that's gonna carry you the way that you think a husband should, then shouldn't you already be carrying yourself the way that a wife should be? For that to be attracted to you, it only makes sense.
Say that, brother. Please, can you repeat that for some of these women? Because they love for a man to be, he's not husband, he's not acting like a husband, but you ain't even walking around, you ain't even representing me as a wife. So how can you want me to marry you if you can't even represent me before we even get married?
True. And you know what's, and you know, here's the fun part of the conversation now that people have. You know, if a sister decides to dress a certain way, the first thing we say is, first thing they said is, you guys are sexualizing it. Wait a minute. Last I checked, and we can go get into it scientifically, men are visual. I don't have to visualize it if you show it to me. So don't get me wrong. If you can wear what you want to wear, but at the same time, you also got to understand what comes with it. No different than when brothers walk around here with gray sweatpants. They know what they're doing. That's cool if that's what you want to do, but we can't make it seem like we are not being who we are. Who we are visual people. I'm not talking about it's cool to be lusting after somebody, but we're visual. Ain't no brother here, married or not married, walking down the street, don't see a sister whose assets are out. You don't see it. Oh, you see it. You just don't want to pay attention to it. But you're a man. At the end of the day, we're still men. We're still male. Right. And you can't, and I think it is for me is like this. And they you know, some women can say no, whatever the case may be. You have certain men that may look at you in such a way, but you don't like when certain men look at you, but it's okay when other men look at you. You see what I'm saying? It's the one brother that don't look like he has anything to offer is the one that they get upset at. And those are the ones that even try to holler, hey, how you doing? You look good. And they walk, they don't give that man no time of day. But if the brother look like he's about something and he got a little something, you know, got his beard trimmed, got his little swag on, and you know, he's looking right, and he says something to that woman, guess what she's going to do? She's going to respond back. She's going to respond back. But if it's a brother that got on it, that he's looking jacked up, selective. D Ford, what up, big bro? It's selective views that some women have. I'm going to put this outfit on because I know I look good in it. I look good for me. No, you don't. No, you don't. Because you listen, you can only see you in the mirror. You can't see your whole body when you're walking. Once you walk out, once you get past that mirror, there's nothing you can see no more. You can only see what's in front of you. You can look down at your garments. But why you think y'all get in the mirror and do all that posing? Because you want to make sure that I know I look good today. Look, you already validated your own self without somebody even telling you. You already gave yourself that validation. Is that not a sense of vanity? Were you already telling yourself that you look a certain way, that, oh, I know I'm sexy, I know I'm this, that, and the third, and then be like, well, I'm only wearing this because I'm wearing this for me. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're wearing it because you want the attention once you walk out the door. Yeah.
Getting my beard trim is not vanity. Because if that's the case, if you want to talk about getting our beard trim, wearing what you call those things, stupid hair with them, wearing weaves, wearing long eyelashes, wearing pounds of makeup, getting BBLs, getting breast reductions. Need I say more?
They said trimming your beard is vanity.
Wearing a whole bunch of makeup that your skin is like, that your face is lighter than your neck. Let's be real. Getting lips injections. Is that not vanity? But you want to talk about trimming and grooming my beard is vanity?
So this sounds like a lose-lose. So a a lot of you in particular, but a lot of women complain about us not upkeeping or whatever the case is, or not meeting the metric that they have. And if we do, it's vanity.
So what I'm hearing is this: I want a brother I want a man that's just going to walk around rugged without being shaved or nothing like that. He doesn't keep up with his grooming. That's called grooming. It's a difference. Men groom. Women don't groom.
You know what's crazy, bro? And I'm gonna own this. I think I told y'all this before. When I was younger and lost, I remember wanting my wife, the woman that she is, but I wanted this irrational balance within her. I wanted her to be God-fearing, modest woman, but also be quick to pull the pew and everything else like that. Like it was all over the place. It's all over the place. Before I go lie to you, it was all over the place. But I'm gonna own that. I don't know why I was thinking this. I don't know what was going on with me at that time. I'm not even gonna try to make sense of it. But I feel like that's a lot of women and men that are still stuck there in the old. I was in my 20s, the early 20s. I'm not making an excuse for it, but yeah, I see a lot of that still.
Listen, I just want people to understand this. It's not about what how you look, your looks, the way that you dress does not define who you are. And some people make that's who they are. They want their garments and the way that they look to define this is who I am. But that's the sad part about it, because that's all outer core. So if that's all you are, then that's all you're going to ever be. It's just an image. That's it. You are just something to look at. But if your insides, if you're into you, it's the inner you that makes you even more beautiful, ladies. It's the man that we don't care about the outside. We want to know what's truly inside you. That's why I can honestly say, a lot of times, a lot of men that get married is because they married the opposite of who they are and what they were used to.
Can I say this real quick, bro? I just want to say this. I see a lot of this in the comments real quick. And I'm not particular about this, but I'm not going to monologue. I'm going to just land with this really quick. I see a lot of women say men cheat and they'll cheat no matter what you look like. I don't know if y'all ladies realize this. The tongue has the power of life and death. Every time that y'all say men, not some men, not a lot of men, y'all just say men in general. You just lump all men, the whole gender and species all together. You are creating this paradox that you are living in. You are speaking that into the universe. You are attracting nothing but that, because you already put out to the universe that this is what all men are, and this is all you're going to receive. That is all you're going to keep encountering. How's God going to bless you with something that you don't even believe exists?
Come on.
Wait a minute. Did you record that, bro?
Oh, it's recorded. Trust that.
I came in here from the For You page, and I just have to say what y'all saying is real facts. I think a lot of these women, and I have a 21-year-old, and I have to fight with her, even her, about the way she dressed. And she's like, "Mom, I'm grown." Yeah, but you're trying to attract unwanted attention. And not only that, all these young girls look alike. They all look the same. There's no authenticity to them. They all wear the same thing. Everybody wants to wear a legging and a crop top. And it's like, where is your authenticity? So I just want to say, I'm looking at the comments too, and these women are being bothered by what is being said, and it's probably from guilt, because everything y'all saying is so true. Everything. So God bless y'all. Keep speaking to the.
Thank you.
Thank you, sis. We appreciate it.
We appreciate that. 7-5.
But do you have a question though? Just to make sure she had a question. I wanted to know if she had a question. Affirmed by her. Do you have a question? Or you just wanted to come up and make a statement? I don't know if she's muted.
Yeah.
Yo, some people that I'm looking at.
I didn't realize I was muted. I'm sorry.
No, I'm saying, do you have a question that you want to ask us, or are you good?
No, I was commending you guys on what you were saying, because I think that everything you guys were saying is truth, and a lot of people don't want to face that reality. But when you say, you had said something earlier. You said about unwanted. Oh, what did you say? That's what made me come from the For You page. You said unwanted fantasy. Is that what you said?
That was 7'5". That was brother 7'5".
Okay. When you say that, could you explain that to some people? Because I don't think that I think that they think you're just being mean. They're not understanding the facts to it.
No, I don't think I said that. I think that was
that was Velvin. I think you said damage fan. I can't remember what it was.
Oh, damage fantasies. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Let me get my popcorn.
Ooh, wow. Yeah, that damage fantasy, boy. Listen, it's hard to explain, but it's not hard to explain. A lot of times, men fantasize about women, the women that they want, and these women damage that man's fantasy. When I say that, is because we want we look at women, we want a certain type of women, we want a certain type of women, but that's not what we truly need. That's the problem in itself, right there. For number one, when it comes to us men, we always want something that we can't have, and sometimes when I say a damaged fantasy, is because you're already giving us what we trying to visualize in our fantasy. We already see it, so you damaged it already. If I can visualize, like, and I'm just taking now, I'm going to remove myself from the marriage man's point of view, and put myself in a single man's point of view just for a moment. Respect me, my wife. I love you. But if I was a single man, my fantasy is not to scroll TikTok or scroll these apps and already see women half naked wearing whatever. You just destroyed my whole fantasy. I want to fantasize. I want to visualize. But if I'm looking at you already see it, I don't want to see you like that. I want to see it like that, girl. You know what? I want, and when I see a woman, my mindset is not see, because what women do is this. Some women, not all. When you got those photos up there, I can't see you as like, yo, this woman's wifey material. My fantasy is I want to get to know her. I want to know what she's like on the inside. But if I see you on the outside already, I can't. My focus has been destroyed about wanting to know you, because now I just want to, shorty got the fat. I want to know what that feel like. I want to know what that thing. I want to know what that body look like, instead of knowing what your mind and what your heart look like. That's why you destroy brothers' fantasies.
Man, bro, that was deep. That's deep. The mystery's gone. Well said, man. Dang.
Well, the thing is that, and what I think what you're talking about is really just, when a man wants a woman, he wants to know who she is, like at her soul or spirit or core. And when you come out here and you're leading with something that is easily, listen, some people are just good to look at. How about that? Some people are just good to look at. And so you start getting to know these people and you realize, wait a minute, this isn't the individual that I would actually like to, that I would like to see. Like I had this, I seen this woman, I had this visualization of her, or this fantasy about her that was more based along the lines of growing together and being together. And then boom, now I'm seeing, all your assets. And it leaves it does. I don't have to put any work to see that anymore. You know what I mean? You actually destroy it for both people. You destroy the man's desire to actually put in the work that it takes to be able to see that, to get to that point to see that. And then you also, and that's something that ends up hurting you just as much as it hurts the man in the fantasy that he had about you. You know what I mean? Because we should not be leading with, like I said, looks fade. Beard ain't always gonna be this luxurious.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, looks fade, and it's who you are dealing with from a spiritual standpoint, from a foundation of who that individual is. That's where the longevity comes in, right? at the end of the day, if I can see it and I don't have to work for it, then you're not going to get the best. You're not going to get the best from me.
You won't even get me. You won't even get me. Period. You're going to get what you asking for. Bottom line, if I don't have to work for it, you already throwing it out there in your photos. Number one, which already telling me how fast your ass is. You can sit there and say what you want to say. At the end of the day, you are already shaking your ass sets, showing your camel toe, pulling up your tights enough so a brother can see what you working with. And you think that you're supposed to be respected, and then what you say, well, you ain't gotta look, it ain't for you. I know it ain't for me, because it ain't for no man. It's just for the creeps that you going to attract. But then you get mad at the traction that you get. And the type of men that be trying to holler at you, and then you get mad talking about ain't no real men out here. No, you not a real woman. You can't sit there.
That's the thing. Someone said double-edged sword in the chat. It's not a double-edged sword.
It's not a double-eded sword. You must have bumped your head.
Understand this. As a man, a woman that can dress like this sweater weather now. Like it ain't no more hot girl summer. Like a woman that can dress to me is more attractive than the woman in the bikini on the beach. That's easy. You know what I'm saying? The woman that can dress and is respectful of herself, that's going to attract a certain type of individual than you showing all your assets on the beach.
Listen.
And so you sit up there, it's not a double-edged sword. What happens is, depending on how you're dressing, it's going to determine the type of attention and the type of man that you're going to attract. You cannot expect a man that is less than after you because he's seen you half naked to be able to show up like a man that's going to want to take care of you and build with you. Because it's not logical.
Did somebody say why men always fantasize? You know why we fantasize? Because it's the beauty and fantasizing of what you are. If I listen, I'm gonna say this exactly. And the beauty of it is this: some of y'all women fantasize about a man's size. Oh, he looks this big. He got big hand, big feet. He must have this. So is that not a fantasy or is that a myth? Let's make it make sense. At the same time, I think that women, like some of y'all women, are shapely, and some of y'all may have some beautiful bodies. But that don't mean you have to expose it. There are garments that can actually ascend to the curves that you have to still make you look sexy and modest at the same time. But y'all don't want to do that. It's too much for y'all. I can't. Everything got to be tight. I got to listen. You know what the funny part is? The way that my wife dresses right now, she attracts more attention than a woman that's walking around looking skimpy. You know why? Because the way that she carries it.
It's because it's rare too, bro. Like there's so many women that's put it all out there. It's like I wonder what she looked like with a coat on. I wonder what she would look like. Like, and we cannot like it's not on the same side. I've been seeing women like look at the front. Y'all see it. You see women in the comments. They don't even care. So it's how we dress, like you said. It does affect how we perceive, how we're received, and what we achieve.
Brother Smith, what's up? First of all, stay litty lit. What up, my brother? Welcome in, man.
This is like double Dutch. I swear, you be rocking back and forth trying to get in. I'm like, let these kings talk. This is y'all seat, man. It's good to be sitting on the throne with y'all this morning. It is. And I owe y'all an apology, man.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Yeah, I do. I owe y'all an apology because if I want to keep my word about something, I keep my word about it. But it ain't no excuse, Yesterday was Turkey Day, so you already know. But anyway, so I'm trying to hold on 1 second. All right, so I want to touch on a couple of things that y'all was talking about because I was down there for about 20, 30 minutes before I came up, right? So I definitely like what you talked about when you was talking about the fantasy part. And I want to touch on that first, right? I'll give women a challenge down in the comments. My ex-wife used to dress 3/4 when I met her. When I met her, she was in 3/4 of cloth. And I don't know if y'all know what that means, but my wife, she's from Southeast Asia. My ex-wife from Southeast Asia, so they're Muslim. So basically, they dress in 3/4 cloths. I didn't know what her body looked like or nothing. It was a mystery to me, but her conversation was fire. Her personality, fire. So that's what got me. The personality and the conversation was fire. I want to challenge y'all, man. Maybe 1 or 2 days to dress in 3/4 of cloth and go out. I don't think y'all can do it.
Give him a week.
Another thing that I want to touch on as well. Sometimes by the way a woman can talk, a man don't even have to see what they look like with their clothes off. Sometimes a way a woman talk, you can tell how they can take care of their body and what their body look like without clothes on. You know, it's not even a mystery to me. When you open up your mouth, I can tell how nasty you look without anything on. I digress.
First of all, I want to say this. When I want women to understand when I say a man's fantasy. When our fantasy does not mean we're not fantasizing about your bodies. We're fantasizing about what it's truly be like to be with a woman like you. Because you have become that man's fantasy. Now, if you address a certain kind of way, now the fantasy has switched. What I mean, you have destroyed the fantasy. Now the fantasy has become what this woman's going to be like in bed. You see the difference? This is why I say some women destroy men's fantasies. Our fantasy has nothing to do with laying down with you. Our fantasy is what this woman can be like being with me as a wife, as my partner, as my better half, all of these things. So it's a difference.
Hey, lady, you ain't had to come here like that, bro. You got at least cut, man. You just came in here cutting.
Hey, look, you know, sometimes you gotta use your sword in the right way, man. A lot of people don't know how to use their sword. A lot of people know how to open up their mouth and fight, right? But they don't know how to use their sword correctly.
You know what I find disappointing? This has been on my heart all morning. When we're speaking to the queen in women, a lot of times they have a hard time taking that. And when the woman speaks to the king and the man, we have a hard time taking that. Because here's the thing. When I'm speaking to the queen in you, that means I'm giving you feedback on how you can be a better version of yourself and how you can show up better for me. And when you're speaking to the king in me, you're doing the same thing. But if we're so busy, quick to deflect and not validate the other person's words or experience, we will never be kings and queens. We'll never be kings and queens. So understand that we need to start, and that's what these conversations are about. I'm speaking to the queen in you, sister. You know what I'm saying? It may not sound good. It may not feel good.
Pull up.
But you know what? I'm not even calling them queens, because if we really knew what the definition of queens were, queens was trash. I'm speaking to the goddesses of you sisters. I'm speaking to you. I'm speaking to your A and light sisters. That's what, and I just said it, Lotus. That's why I said we are speaking into the goddesses of the women that you are. And I'm not a king. I am Velvet Jones 2.0. Holla at your boy.
But since everybody got who they gonna talk to, I'm speaking to the woman that favors me. You feel me?
Come on, we better talk their talk. First of all, what's up, Geechee man?
What's happening, man? I'm just glad to see some level-minded brothers. You know, the gray beard gang. You know, one time for us. You know what I'm saying? It's like, for some reason in this society, it's like, I don't know what the deal is, where the masculinity is shunned upon to an extent where it's like, even if you exude a little bit, it's like it's 100% pushback. But we need that. You know what I'm saying? It's like you can't have a one-sided community, whether it be feminine or masculine. It has to be a balance. And what we're lacking is total balance. Like, you can't shift to one side or the other side. It's always got to be that balance, the yin and the yang. And like I said, I'm just glad to see, level-headed brothers get together, no animosity, no anger, just speaking facts. Because I get on this thing, man, and I go around TikTok, and I see so much anger, so much hurt, so much frustration, man. And it's like everybody blaming each other for their problem. Your problem is your problem. Who you pick and choose is who you pick and choose. And if you keep picking and choosing the same trash, maybe you need to work on yourself. You know what I'm saying? You need some you time. And there's nothing wrong with you time.
Exactly.
Take a minute, go on vacation, breathe, understand how you operate, what you're looking for. Why are you pulling these negative vibes? Because it ain't everybody, it ain't all men. You know what I'm saying? It's not all. It's what you are attracting, and why are you attracting that? And that's what we got to get to.
So here's the thing. So I want to say this. I know there's somebody that looks like she wants to come up, but if you don't have a question, we're not taking statements. We're only taking questions, ladies. So with that being said, the next segment of this conversation, fellas, it's gonna hurt a little bit. Like I just had it. It's gonna come back to me because I got lost in my thoughts. Oh, here we go. The next question of the day is, how do we feel about masculine women? Or well, here you go. We're the hyper independent masculine alpha woman.
No such thing.
See, that's the thing. Like, I want to speak on that because it's a lot of that, and I'm gonna try to make it quick. But if you take a woman with the same objective as a leader, I ain't gonna say alpha and all that stuff. A leading man. If you take all of those attributes and put it to a woman, the guy who's doing the leadership in this role or whatever, it's a certain woman that he's attracted. Now, if you flip that and put it on a woman, that certain type of man is what she's going to be attracted, which is equivalent to the type of woman that the man is attracted. And women don't want that man where they not working and they depending on them and this, that, and the third. But yet and still they want this role where they have the platform that the man is looking for. You can't have your cake and eat it too. You just can't do it.
Now. See, I'm gonna go to Miss Mr. Quiet Bitch. She said, if you leave a woman to raise your sons alone, she has no choice but to become masculine. No, you are a mother that is just raising your sons. Has nothing to do with you being a masculine woman. You are doing what you are doing. You are doing what you're supposed to do as a parent. Bottom line, your roles does not change because of the simple fact that you have to raise your sons. Now, guess what? The problem is that I have with that question, with that response is this. There are men that are in your son's life, but you don't allow some of these men to be in your son's life, such as coaches, teachers, uncles, cousins. These men still play a role in the grandfather. These men still play a role in that child's life, however you want to look at it. And let me do this. So come on, La Queen. What good morning. What question do you have for us?
Good morning. How y'all doing today?
We're good.
Doing great.
So I have a question. It's not about masculinity, but it's about like getting back into dating. So I'm 41. I've been married twice, been single for 3 years, one child, he's grown, out the house, on everything. But I just can't seem to find anyone that makes me want to exclusively date them. Okay,
let me go back to what you just said.
Mm-hmm.
You said you can't find anyone. That's the problem right there. Stop searching.
Well, come across. I guess the guys who, that inquire me, want to court me, once we get to talking.
If a man wants So let me.
It just doesn't seem to align. Like our values, our morals, integrity doesn't align.
No, his value, his morals, his integrity doesn't align with what you're looking for. What you're looking for. See, that's right there. So my thing is this. Number one. What is your question? Because you lost me.
My question question is, how do you get back out there to dating when you set certain standards because of what you've been through?
Okay, okay, I get it. So let me ask you this: Are you dating with a purpose?
I am. Yes.
That's the problem. You dating with a purpose. Dating is dating.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you have any expectations when you go on these dates?
No expectations of anyone because I expect them to be who they are.
But you're dating with a purpose.
Well, my purpose is to eventually be in a long-term relationship.
So then,
if I don't see that with you, it's no sense to continue to waste anyone's time for months at a time.
So how many dates?
Go
ahead, brother.
Hey, McQueen, let me ask you something. Are you fully healed yet?
Yes, it's been 3 years. Yes, I don't carry no hatred. I don't say, oh, well, my ex used to do this and he does this. Like, it's none of that. I truly give my all and be my genuine self from the beginning.
Okay. The only reason I said that is because, I'm sorry. Go ahead, King.
Go ahead, fam. Go ahead. I'm good. Go ahead.
The only reason why I said that is because a lot of women are not healed in the process of going out dating. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them are not focused or their mind is not clear. It's like they still have things on their mind from the past. You know what I'm saying? And they go in sometimes. Looking at that next man that they're dating like the last man that they dated.
No, I made sure that I took like a year, maybe 2 years to heal from that because I've been single for 3. So I did do that. I took a whole, like I said, year and a half before I even started talking to the opposite sex.
My only suggestion would be this. And I'm gonna keep it as simple as possible because relationships are already complicated, and so is the dating game. Allow yourself to go to unfamiliar, uncomfortable situations. For example, the museum. You know what I'm saying? Do stuff that you wouldn't normally do because understand this. A lot of times we look for somebody that's, that will do the same things that we do, but it's always cool to find somebody that does things you don't do.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because like for example, I say I like to go to the beach, and I don't do the beach. Well, it might be a good idea to go check out one. You know what I mean? So it's very important to put yourself in positions to see different types of people in a different atmosphere that you're not normally going to. Museums, plays, you know what I'm saying? Those kind of things, because now you're putting yourself in a situation where you're like, man, I've never done this before. And people are like, wow, line zipping. You'll find different brothers that look like us.
Okay.
Just being in a situation or in a place that is not normal to your everyday routine or your normal extracurricular activity. Make sense?
A matter of fact,
I do a lot of solo dating, so that's not a problem for me to go do different things. I love trying new stuff, so that's not I can most definitely do that.
I'm gonna say this, to be honest. If you're going on dates, right? Just go out on dates to have fun. Don't go out with any expectations. Don't go out with anything. Just go out and just enjoy the time that you're with that person for that moment.
Okay.
Period. Because dating is supposed to be fun. It shouldn't be a job. It shouldn't be an interview, and it shouldn't be this is what I'm looking for. If the man is ready to court you, you'll know.
Okay, I can do that.
You'll
and
know.
I do a lot of solo traveling out of state for myself. So I go to Canada, I've been Bahamas, a lot of places by myself. So I think I can do that. I can do some out of the norm stuff.
Yeah, sure. It's okay to date. It's okay to go places by yourself.
And the Queen, stop. And if you do it, right, I'm not saying that you do, but some women put the wrong men in friend zones.
Say it again.
I can see that. Okay. Well, thank you. That input was very helpful. I thank all of you.
Well, thank you, sister. Thank you for coming up and asking a question. We appreciate it.
Yes, y'all have a good morning.
Same to you.
Bye-bye.
The funny part is, you got some real hurt people in here, and like we got this girl Max. I don't know why you're taking advice from him, but you know what? No, I like to read because.
We're not ranting. We're not doing that, bro. We're gonna listen to our sister that's in the comments. Our sister is in the comments. We're not doing it. Nope, we're not.
All right, so we got somebody else. I guess that wants to come up. Her name is Nay. I don't know if she got a question.
You got to the camera, bro. Stay focused.
I'm focused, man. I'm focused. What's up, Nate? You got a question for us, sister? Welcome in. Thank you for coming in. Good morning.
Hi, I just have a quick question because you guys have such good advice, but I want to see, are all of you married? Is that why you're so good at your advice? Because you've been, you not necessarily been through anything like that, but troubles in your relationship, but it's just really good advice. And
well, is that the question that you want to ask us?
Yes, that's what the question is.
Be nice. Well, let's say this. All of us are not married.
It is no. You just we're not doing that.
Let me finish my statement.
Okay.
I get you. I know we're not defining that one way or another, but it does add perspective. Because understand this, married men have one perspective versus single men. That's a fact.
I got a perspective. I'm not. Listen, I get what you're saying, and I respect that.
That's all I'm saying.
No, and you know what? You 100% right. You 100% right.
I don't want no trouble. That's all.
We ain't gonna get in trouble. We ain't get no smoke. But we gotta understand. Sometimes they be coming up here trying to bait us with those questions.
Right. Agreed. But they don't want that smoke from Detroit, though.
Think that part. Because the thing is this. That's not a question. You're coming up here asking our men are married. What does that have to do with the tea in China? If you've been sitting here, if you've been sitting here for the longest, listen to the conversation. So read the room.
You know what? Just like the brother Velvet said, we not up here trying to attract. We up here with thoughts. You understand? We having a conversation. It's not our fault that if women are attracted, you know what I mean, or whatever, but we're not up here for that. And I say that all the time and every time that I'm speaking, I say that I'm not up here for that. We up here to eat this food that we serving, and that's about it. So it doesn't matter if we are or if we're not. You know what I mean? Just listen to the conversation and basically eat your food. Have your breakfast.
As a matter of fact, we give it to you in simple terms. Again, I've said it before. If you find this attractive, this is the type of brother you need to be looking for.
But no. Let's get it clear. I don't think she's talking about the attraction part. So let's.
No, I'm saying, I'm referring to what the brother just said.
Right.
If you find what we're saying, we are giving our game. This is a real conversation. Exactly. These are the kind of conversations you should be having.
I think that's what she was, honestly, brothers, I think that's what she was trying to do. Because she said you guys are giving such good advice.
Right.
Are y'all married? It was like, that's why she was asking.
Okay, well, respectfully, we apologize if that's what you was trying to say. And we received that.
I could be wrong, but that's how I was reading it. That's how I was taking it.
I didn't even get to jump in on. I was talking to my wife, man. But y'all talked about masculine women, and I agree with what Ford said that there's no such thing, in a sense that a lioness is always going to still be a lioness, regardless of whether or not the male lion is there. She's just going to have to probably take on more. But a lot of women going about this thing, and it's like you're trying to go against nature. It's almost like you're trying to force nature to adhere to your will and bend to your will. That just doesn't make sense. It's out of order. And anytime you try to go against the order of things, it's not going to pan out well for you. And we see that on both sides, men and women. Like I saw this quote. Mother Nature is kinder to women, Father Time is kinder to men. And what that means is a lot of women out the gate got the things that they would need for the man that they would want. As soon as you turn 18, 19, 20, those things that men are looking for, you could already possess those things. But a lot of things that y'all want from us, it takes time. It takes time for men to build a home and resources and things of that nature. So
let me add something before we. Okay, they dropped it down.
She could have came back up if she wanted to ask a question, but we didn't know. But go ahead, brother.
Understand this. When we're talking about like alpha, alpha is the strongest. Number one, anybody who claims to be alpha, you're not, because an alpha doesn't claim to be an alpha. That's the first and foremost. You shouldn't even want to be an alpha. Because alpha isn't the strongest one. They're just the loudest one. So if you want to be the loudest one, go ahead and be the alpha. That doesn't mean you're the strongest individual.
Right.
And then and the other thing is understand that when there's women out there that say they're the alpha or they say they're in their masculine, because we all have masculine and feminine energy, but when women are in their masculine, a lot of times, this isn't for everybody, but a lot of times they take on the traits of the masculine men that we don't even like in ourselves.
Say that again.
We don't like in ourselves. Like, we don't even deal if another brother, like the stuff that we don't like in ourselves in terms of what masculinity looks like and feels like for us. Those are the traits that women seem to take on when they're in their masculine. Oh, I'm going to overtalk you. I'm going to talk crazy to you. I'm going to tell you. I'm trying to manipulate you. Those are things that are not, to me, that's weakness. It's not from a stance of weakness or strength. It is really from a place of weakness, because at the end of the day, when you are in your masculine, or when you're in your, as a man, when we're in our masculine, we are okay taking guidance from our woman.
That part. And fine with it.
And we're not going to overtalk her. We're not going to belittle her. We're not going to make her feel as less than.
You know,
that's the problem with folks just not understanding what that looks and feels like.
You know what the beauty of it is, though? Go ahead, 7-5. You good, brother?
Go ahead.
I just want to say this. You know what the beauty of being a masculine man is? A masculine man is truly a man that knows how to submit to his woman. If I'm gonna leave that right there. I ain't got nothing else to add to that.
And I think you took the words right out of my mouth too, because it's okay for a woman to be in her bag. It's okay. You know what I mean? When you in a relationship, you know what I mean? It's good that a woman can show a man that she can stand on her own too and have her own spine, but you know what I mean, to a certain extent. Because women always saying that they want a man to lead, but I don't want a homeboy and I don't want a partner. I want a partner. You know what I'm saying? I want somebody that's going to help me build that foundation that we need. You know what I'm saying? So, but know what your role is and how to play it. But it's okay. It's okay to show us that y'all in y'all bag and all that and everything, and y'all doing what y'all supposed to do. Because if I ever fall on my face, I just want to know if you capable enough to take on certain roles until I get back up.
Yeah, man. That's like that movie 300, where old dude looked at his wife of whether or not should I kick this man in the hole. Like, that's really how it's supposed to be. But then when he went to war, she held down the castle. I think a lot of women don't understand that when you move in this masculine fashion, both of us can't be out in the field, because then who's watching the castle? Who's watching the children? Who's watching what we built? That's not something that, if you ask any real man, that's how we look at it. It's just beyond. I mean, I don't speak for all men. I know as a man that's been in altercations, that's how we look at it. If all this stuff went into anarchy, we the ones that's going to be outside having to deal with other men, not y'all. And that's how we would want it. Like Ford said in another line, we take honor, and we already know we're supposed to be the ones that walk closer to the curb, to the street. We know these things. We know that if anything goes on, we have to keep our eyes on the entire situation, the whole area. So, yes, it's good for you to be self-sufficient, to get your own. But to sit here and try to say that you are on the same metric as us in certain areas is setting yourself up for failure.
Big time.
Shouldn't even want to.
First of all, what woman want to walk around in a masculine trait? Just because you are a single mother, you are raising your kids. You are just a single mother raising your kids. You are doing the job that you are supposed to do as a parent. Number one, they always say kids need their fathers, but yet some of y'all can't even get along with the man that you decided to lay down with. And thus is the reason why some of these men don't even want to be around their kids, because of some of the things that you do as a woman. You have to, sometimes some of your women have to take responsibilities of why these fathers ain't truly around. It has nothing to do with the children. Most of the time it is you and your attitudes and the way that you're moving and the way that you talk to this man. Being that you're no longer together, now you feel like you could disrespect this man. Being that you're no longer together, now you feel upset because this man chose a whole nother woman to marry. Because you thought that y'all was going to be a unit. And the simple fact is that, listen, people grow apart all the time. But you made a sound choice in your life to have a child with this man or have this man's child. So even if you don't get along, but co-parenting must be extended. If that father is not doing his job, you as the baby mother, and I'm being real, need to try to speak life into him so he can come and be a father to his child. Instead of trying to drag him down to court, beating the man's name up, all that other stuff. Or if that's the case, if you're going to get with another man, allow that man to be a father. If he chooses to be a father to your kids, allow that man to do so respectfully. Bottom line, there's so many things that I see when it comes to this baby mother stuff and this baby father stuff. Oh, he ain't around, this, that, and the third. He ain't around because we don't get along and he don't know how to do this. He don't know how to do it. But what about what? But the question is, do you know how to do it as well?
And like you said, it's crazy, bro, because I saw the comments, no one is making an excuse for someone not being there. That's a given. We understand that, but we basically touching on is that, like you said, first of all, you can get in that situation and then just to not drag it out, sum it up, you can't make someone want to do the right thing. That's just an unfortunate thing. But if you yourself are in that situation, all you can do is hold down your end and do what you like. Their karma is how they treat you. Your karma is how you react to it. Right.
If you want these men to be back in your children's lives, or you want these you got your baby daddies. First of all, stop. Let me say this. I think it's the most disrespectfulest thing to call somebody a baby's daddy and a baby's mother. Listen, that is the mother and father. You are the mother and father of those children or that child. Stop saying my BBM. And stop saying my BBD. Because it sounds ghetto as hell. It sounds stupid to me. My baby daddy, every time. No, that is the father of my child. Bottom line. Like it's the first thing you have to learn to do is how to speak respectfully to each other in order to respect each other. Because if you can't even talk to each other without getting into an argument or anything the case may be, then you guys never liked each other in the first place. Y'all just laid down and made a decision to get pregnant, not realizing that guess what, we don't get along. So with that being said, some of y'all need to train your daughters to be like, listen, make sure that you're gonna get along with this man if you're gonna lay down with this man. If you are sitting there and I'm talking even right now to some of y'all adult women, if you're gonna lay down with a man, at least make sure you get along with this dude. Have something in common. Like you're just laying down, giving up the box, and then when they get mad, talking about, oh, he ghosted me. Because y'all ain't get along. You ain't have nothing to get. What did you have to offer?
Here's the thing, bro. I saw this comment, and it's very true what she said. You don't know what kind of father they're gonna be until it's time. That's a true thing. But you can get an idea if they want to be a father or not. You can at least know that. You can at least get an idea whether or not he even wants to be a father, truly. And wants to be with you and parent with you is more than just he wanting kids and you wanting kids. Like, does he want a kid with you and a family with you?
But you know what, though? Sometimes it's even beyond the woman. Now it's time to hold some of these brothers accountable. Dudes, if you know doggone well that you do not wear condoms, stop laying down with women. Stop giving these women, stop messing these chicks up. I don't wear a condom. You don't wear a condom? Listen, don't run up in no chick. Because you know the consequences. You know what the outcome is. Even if you say, I don't want no children, but you're not wearing no Jimmy. Bruh, you deserve everything that you get when your behind go to court.
Hey, let's go a little deeper than that, because we know this to be true as well. Some brothers be doing that just because they want to maintain an attachment to this woman.
Yes.
For a long period of time. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I used to have a homeboy who used to always say, "Ooh, she gonna have my baby." That's how men think.
Yeah.
And it's twisted. It's twisted because you're bringing these kids in this world that you had no intention of even being there for them. You just wanted to keep the woman there as an option for you. And that is diabolically twisted.
But you know what, though, Ford? I do stand on two things. I do say that brothers need to hold themselves accountable, yes, when it comes to laying down. But I also have to say, when it comes to that unprotected sex, that women need to hold themselves just as much as accountable than the brother does. For the simple fact that it's your box, your body, your choice. So if you chose the sound decision to give this man some knowing that your chances of getting pregnant is slim to none, then you need to have some discernment within your box. It's the reason why I tell a lot of women, you gotta watch some of these men that you deal with. Just because he look good and he tells you I don't wear no condom, that right there should tell you that this man has no responsibility whatsoever, does not hold himself accountable for anything that is about to happen to your body.
Responsibility, a lack of responsibility.
Or no respect, or my fault, King. Go ahead, Infinite.
Nah, go ahead, lady.
Or no respect for himself. You know what I'm saying? If a man is willing to lay down with a woman that they barely know, you know what I'm saying, and stick their piece and activate that piece, you know what I'm saying? How you gonna even think that man is fit to have a child anyway? It's some women out here basically that's willing to lay it down and take those chances, you know what I'm saying, with men just because they feel like they either got that bag, they look good. You know what I mean? They probably stepped their game up with that one. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of women out here that live like that too.
Yeah, that want to trap that man. You know what? He look good. He got this, that, and the third. I'm gonna get pregnant by. I'm gonna have his baby, because if I have his baby, my baby gonna come out with good hair like him. My baby gonna have good looks like him. Oh, he gonna have to take care of me because he got money. Look at the car he drive. All this other stuff. Yes, it's not a double standard, but it's terrible work between a man and a woman.
And also, men, everything that look good ain't good. Just because she a dime, I'm talking about bad. I'm talking about body looking right and all that. Some of y'all are so tempted, you know what I mean, just to go in raw. You know what I mean? Like, always protect yourself at all times, man.
Listen. Can
we be honest? Can we be honest about something real quick? And this is not an excuse for men. I'm not making no excuse. We know they be held accountable. But are we really expecting Pookie and Ray Ray to hold themselves accountable?
Boom! And that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is how you say that. That is you 100% correct, my brother.
I'm just saying, bro.
First of all, you know Pookie got 9 kids. You know Ray Ray got 9 kids, but you still let that man go raw.
I don't think it's no coming back from that, though. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I think people, you know, once they out there, they out there. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's no change in no minds about, you know, what people want and everything like that. You just gotta want it. You know what I mean? You know, if you're going into the dating scene and you don't want no kids or anything like that, you know the proper precautions to take. You know what I'm saying? And it all comes with communication as well. Like, if you know you're going to lay it down with that man or that woman that night, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, hey, look, I know we in a rush to do it and you anticipated it and all that and anything, but just be prepared. Just 100%. Just be prepared.
Oh,
because you know how some dudes are, they go out, you know what I mean, or whatever. You know how you get with some of your homeboys and all that, and you like, yeah, man, I'm gonna get me one tonight. You know what I'm saying? Just know when you get in one tonight, just be prepared for whatever, you know, comes with it.
Exactly. And that at that point, you need to, sometimes we need to even tell our boys, like, yo, dude, every night we go out doesn't mean you need to find you something to slide into. See, that as a friend, we need to have some kind of discernment. We need to be that. Because they always be like, yo, you my wingman. No, I'm not your wingman. You want me to be your wingman? I'm here to protect you.
Exactly.
Not to let you go down in flames. My job is to deflect. It's to help you to make sure that, yo, my wingman doesn't mean I'm going to take one for the team. No, I'm not drowning because you drowning. My thing is this, as your wingman, yo, dude, check this out. Did we just go out last weekend and you just met a chick last weekend? Like, focus on that chick. Why are you trying to come out? Now you want to go out meet a whole nother woman in a whole nother place. Nah, we're not doing all that, bro. I'm not here to help you build your stable.
Hey, Velvet, let me ask you a question, and this to the other brothers on the panel as well. Will you feel comfortable, or is it okay for your chick to have a male best friend or male friends in a relationship?
You want me to be honest?
Yeah, go ahead.
I already got that.
Okay.
And she knows my wife. She's my sister, but she wasn't my sister when we started, but she has become a part of my family. So at the end of the day, can a man and woman be friends if they're in a relationship? It all depends on the individuals. See, if a man has a female friend, the wife must be involved 110%.
Okay.
So at the same token, the woman that's in my that's I call my sister now, she wasn't my sister when I met her. But she became my sister as time progressed. Number one, she respected my marriage and she respected that I was a married man. Number two is this. She respects my wife and she understands her place as my friend, which made her become my sister. And the fact that my wife accepts her is the most important thing, because the first thing first, as a married man, any man, as a married individual, male or woman, if your partner does not accept the person that you are friends with, you have to step away and tell that person, we can no longer be friends. I can be cool with you, we can be cordial, but we cannot be friends on that level. It's about the comfort of the person that you are married to, not the person you're dating, but the person that you are married to, because that is the number one person. And my wife has a male bestie, and I know him. Cool dude. He calls me Mittens. I know, son.
What? Wait a minute.
Because of the size of my hands. He calls me Mittens. He'd be like, yo, what's up, Mittens? Because my hands is,
I'm up.
Oh, okay.
Don't do that no more, bro.
No, it's cool, yo. First of all, the name sound gangster, yo. What's your name, Mittens?
No. Fam, I love you, but no.
Yo, you got listen. See, look.
Hey, bro. I can't get behind that sound gangster, bro.
Yo, that's like, listen. That's it. No, listen. I'm gonna tell you something. You never seen those gangster movies when they be like Johnny Two Tones or Baby Two Face and all that. That's why they call me. So when they see me, yo, who's that? Yo, that's Mittens. Why they call you Mittens? Look at the size of that man's hands, yo. He got mittens. What's your size of it? But I mean, on the real though, like on the real, I think it's as long as the respect line comes from your partner and your partner accepts it, because my thing is this: once your wife or your husband gets uncomfortable, you have to it's not even a sound decision. The decision was already made once your partner feels uncomfortable.
Yeah, I think the only reason why I asked that question is because I got a homeboy that called me. I think he called me like 2 weeks ago, and he was like, "Bro, I need some advice." And I'm like, "What's going on?" And he was like, "Yo, my chick is going away with her male best friend."
Oh no, no.
Hold on, hear me out. And then basically, he was like, I wasn't invited. You know what I'm saying? But they do this every year. Like before I met them, you know, they go
Hold up.
every year.
Lady, listen. Let me ask you a question.
You already know what I'm gonna say.
No. Here's my question. So this so-called male best friend, did him and her date before?
Nah, they never date. He said, that's what I asked him. I said, had they ever been together before? He was like, not to my knowledge.
Not to his knowledge, which means, guess what? Which means either one or two things. Number one, I'm gonna be honest. Number one, either whole boy is intimidated by old dude, or number two, old dude is smashing his girl. Tell him, listen, he got a 1-year girlfriend. That dude is paying for the trip, and she's going. First of all, you going on a trip with a whole other dude, and you got a man, and your man ain't invited, and they sharing the same hotel room and the same. He's listen.
But you already know what I told him. Like
That's been rented.
Yeah, he's written that ass.
I told him already. I said, yo, bro. I said, listen to what you just said, bro. You're not invited. So what that tells you? And they was going to Jamaica. That sounds like a romantic trip to me, bro.
Nigga, a trip to listen. First of all, let me say this: even if they were going to Starbucks without him invited, that's still romantic. Nigga, hell no.
Nah. He know he getting had. He just don't want to admit it.
Yeah, he just don't want to admit it.
But you know what the sad part about it is, though? It's dudes like that, right? that be thinking that he's doing the right thing by allowing her to go out.
Exactly, that's a fact.
But here's the thing: is that his wife?
Nah, that was his girl.
Oh well, so what? So what? So what? She's free game.
Oh, okay.
She's free game. That ain't his wife. So what? She's free game.
So you don't feel like even if that's your wife, you know what I'm saying?
No, wife is different. Wife and homeboys getting beat down. The girlfriend, listen, she's free game. Do you? I'd be like, hey, go on the trip. Because while you out there spending money going to Jamaica, I got somebody sliding in my bed that I'm a maker. Let's get it. We just dating. I don't care. Listen, we are dating. If I'm dating you, so what? Big deal. I have the option to walk away at any given time. I am not required to owe you anything but a date.
Yeah, that was like his first, year with her. You know what I mean? And then when that time came, when it was time for their trip, she had told him, and he felt some type of way, but didn't want to express the way how he felt about the situation. So he called me, and I'm like, bruh. I'm like, what does that tell you? You're not invited, and you told me that's our male best friend.
Let her be.
And they going to Jamaica. I was like, bro, you might as well go ahead and bite a bullet now and go ahead and run.
Stay Liddy, what does that tell you that you don't even feel comfortable telling her?
Why exactly?
Right. You know what it is, bro.
You're right.
See, I want to address something. When people say, "Are you dating with a purpose?" No, I'm courting you with a purpose. Courting. When a man is courting a woman, he's courting with a purpose. I'm not dating a woman with no purpose. See, that's one of the problems that some of these women have, and they'd be like, "I'm dating with a purpose." What is the purpose of dating them? Like really? Because if you're dating with a purpose, that's it. That's all you have but what's the purpose of dating?
I think when they put on them black tights, that's on purpose.
First of all, I'm gonna say this: a woman could put on some black. A woman want to be sexy, she could put on the black tights and have one of them long sweater dresses on.
Exactly.
With some nice boots and still look sexy. It's not too revealing. You ain't showing a lot of your assets, and it's still attractive.
Let me ask you something. What's a red flag that you ignore if shorty cute?
What's a red flag that I ignore?
If she's cute.
You mean as far as just out and about, or when back in the day?
Nah, like if you're talking to her and anything, y'all, just now talking or whatever, what's a red flag that you ignore if she's cute?
I can't.
There is no red flag.
Red flag is a red flag for me. I can't ignore it.
Hey, some people are just good to look at.
Now, if we talking about just dating, or you talking about with the purpose of courting?
With the purpose of courting.
No, ain't no red flags. I can't. Because remember, my courtship is to lead towards marriage. If it's a red flag now, guess what? It's gonna be a red flag when we say I do.
You better, and you're gonna get stuck on that red tape. Because the red flag turn. Yeah, the red flag turns into red tape because you're stuck now.
Yeah, so no, I can't. For me personally, even red flags, if I'm dating, make me go, wait a minute. Because a red flag is a red flag. I never wanted drama in my life. So if it's a red flag, even while we just casually dating, I don't want it. I'm good.
Not at all. No man want.
Somebody asked me that, and then their response was like, if it was just something simple. It was really simple. I think it was about. It was something to do with her appearance. Like if she had stretch marks or something like that or whatever. You know what I mean? That you know what I mean? He was gonna ignore that because shorty was cute.
Yeah, just rub some cocoa butter on her thighs. She'll be all right.
But that's to each his own. You know what I'm saying? It's
perfect.
Respectful. And that's the way I mean that respectfully. Meaning if that's not as I said, if that's not a deal breaker for you, cool.
Yeah, or just go get some shea butter.
Right. For me, a red flag is only gonna be a red flag.
You take some shea butter, rub it on her thighs, she be all right. You know what I'm saying?
Somebody gonna love on her.
Heard that.
There's somebody for everybody.
Yep. But look, gentlemen.
I wasn't saying. Wait a minute. I'm seeing the comments. I'm not saying those are red flags. I mean, I think those are sexy though. Like for real,
Right.
shit. Like I really like. Yeah. So nah.
Well, but they are a red flag to some people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a red flag.
Yeah. We can't sit here and beat somebody upside the head who doesn't like a woman with stretch marks. That's their personal preference. Let's not do that, y'all.
I'm about to go to Shady Matrix.
I'm just saying that for me, a red flag is a red flag. Whether I was, that ain't the case. Whether I was casually dating or courting, it's a red flag. I can't get around that.
That part.
And that's not just with women. That's with dudes too. Some dudes make, how they move. It's a red flag. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna slide over here because I don't want that in my life.
There's a lot of red flag dudes out here that these women just be encountering. There's so many red flag men. It's crazy. Dudes be walking around with the red flag in their pocket like they bloods.
Yo, ain't repping nothing.
Oh my God.
Ain't repping nothing. And I'm gonna be honest, some of y'all women fall for them red flags. It's sad, but it's the truth.
Well, why though? I want to know why. Why women overlook red flags?
Because they think that they could change them. It's something about that man that it's something I see potential in him. So if I see the potential in him, I could bring that potential out. Oh, I bet. So look, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry. My wife is hungry. My sister said wife hungry, which means I'm about to slide. So let's do this real quick. To my brothers, first of all, I love y'all, man. And I want to thank Nitty for being the fifth horseman that pulls up when he pull up. Thank you again, my brother. Real talk.
Appreciate it.
Lady came in here cutting people out the gate. I'm like, bro.
All the time.
I needed stitches for that.
So to my brothers, what do we have to say on this closing situation? Anybody can go. Anybody can say whatever they want to say.
Yeah. Man, look. Like I said, we've talked about a lot today, and a lot of different facets. But most importantly, we are now in a season where the seasons will determine people's mental well-being, and I think it's very important that we are very sensitive to that because folks are going through it. You know what I mean? And this is this holiday season where people are going through it, and it's very important that we pay attention to that, and also not only pay attention. Reach out to folks. If somebody drops in your heart or drops in your spirit, reach out to them, make sure they're good. And our loved ones, check on them. And if you can slide by their house, do so.
Amen. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate you.
Hey, look, when y'all out there at 11:59, December 31st, making all y'all New Year's resolutions, make sure that you really stick to your New Year's resolution. That's all I want to say.
Thank you, my brother.
Yeah. All I'm really gonna say, y'all, is just continue pouring into each other. Understand, gratitude reciprocates. The universe reciprocates. So if you pour into each other, that should come back to you. And really just start working on listening so we can start hearing each other, because I think that's what we're in a space where we're not even open to that. I'll land there.
Respect. Welcome back, Inf. What you got for me, baby boy?
My fault, big bro. We closing right now.
Yeah.
Damn, my fault. Look, I got a phone call, man. It was a phone call.
Nah, you good. You ain't got to worry about that, man. You good. Listen. You don't owe us no explanation.
Yeah, as far as what the topic was in the beginning, everything we talked about, just nothing is trivial. Nothing is trivial in life. So every moment, we got to grasp that, man. Like, don't let it slip through your hands, whether it's telling someone how you feel, whether it's pursuing that goal that you have in mind, apologizing, asking for forgiveness, whatever it is, seize that moment.
Amen.
Tomorrow it cannot make it. It might not make it.
That part. Well, I want to say this, ladies and gentlemen, pull up on me tomorrow night. Questions with Velvet. I'll be answering certain questions. If anybody have any questions that they want to ask, it's a one-on-one between you and me and you, whoever it is if you're following this live, and I thank you. I will be hosting a live tomorrow night, Questions with Velvet. Like I said before, if you got any questions and you want one-on-one, holler at your boy. But I want to say this, I appreciate the horsemen for pulling up always. Thank you guys. Thank you, fellas. I love y'all, truly do. Respect every one of y'all's train of thoughts. The horsemen do go live every Wednesday and Friday mornings, 9 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We also have Brother Ford, the gentleman below me. My brother, he hosts his lives Mondays and Tuesdays from 7 Pacific, 10 Eastern Standard Time. We do. Well, you can explain what you're doing on your Mondays.
Mondays is a male focused live. It's just pouring into brothers, men having some good conversation on just kind of what we're going through, and ways to build community and build brotherhood. And then Tuesdays we have breakfast with brethren. That's me and Velvet in the kitchen cooking. Men are welcome to come. Men are welcome to come, but if you come in the first hour, if you're not in the kitchen, you're gonna have to stay in the chat. But anybody that want to come show up and cook with us, come with it, and then we'll have some good conversation after that.
Somebody said, when is Ladies' Day? Ladies' Day is Saturday night, so come pull up. There you go.
Saturday night. So I ain't gonna touch that.
Yeah, Ladies' Day is Saturday night. So if you want to come up and ask me a question, pull up on me. But just remember, I'm answering it the way I answer questions. So if you feel any kind of way, that falls solely on you.
Yeah.
That's it. You get it. But anyway, let me. That's it. You better come in with caution. But let me say this though, to my brothers and to everybody that joined the live. First and foremost, thank each and every person that came into this live today. This live was amazing this morning. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the taps. Thank you for all the gifts. Thank you for your participation, for all those that was in the chat. And we truly hope that we was able to feed y'all this morning, even though I know some of y'all are still full from Thanksgiving. But we try to give you a little appetizer and a little breakfast this morning, just something that us men try to pour into women and let you know that this is where us men, where we come from our train of thoughts. Some of it may be experience. Some of it just may be things that we have seen. But we as men are here to open up and to pour into each other and also to pour into you guys so y'all can understand and get a true perspective of what some men really think like.
Amen.
I want to thank my brothers always for pulling up. Real talk. Like day number 2 and we doing all right. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to continue what we're doing, how we do it, and when we do it, because we make it do what it do, baby. So that's a lot of dudes. I see you talking to my sister. Tell Auntie I said, what up, though? we know she was listening.
Hey, man, hold on. They hollered at you. They said, Jay says, what's up? Oh, Lord.
Uh-oh.
She coming. Hold on. She coming.
I know.
Hey, Velvet, your mind's getting at you in the cameras, bro.
What's up, sis?
She's coming in hot.
Well, listen, like I said, we want to thank y'all. I ain't get there yet. First of all, and I want to thank the supermod on TikTok. If y'all don't know who she is, that's my little sis. My pain and my thorn in my side. But she all right though. You know, we love her. Even when she's on that all yawns, but we love her.
The producers in the background.
And I also want to thank my wife Rain for being so super supportive in what we do here. Without her, I wouldn't be able to do the lives that I'm doing. Real talk. But between the PRs and the CEOs and the COOs, all those that are in the background doing their job, listen, we appreciate y'all. We love y'all. We truly thank you.
Rain and Lotus, they be back there editing on the production.
For real.
They be back there editing.
Hey,
hold on, Lotus. I'm gonna need you to come on at least one time during each live to check the pH level. At least one time. That's for me.
Hey, Velvet, a little jewel for you real quick. Real quick. I don't know if you know, right? And I don't know if you got it already, but do you record these lives? If you do, if you get 50 subscribers on YouTube, you can get monetized and basically, get views and basically make money. Oh, you do? Okay, I bet. You already on it.
I've been on YouTube. I've been on YouTube since we started.
Okay, bet. Because these lives are, I'm telling you, the information that you gentlemen are putting out and stuff like that or whatever is very valuable to another audience.
Yeah, I've been on YouTube since I started recording today. So we've been on actually 2 hours and 48 minutes.
Okay.
So I do my lives on.
When do I sign my NDA, bro?
Listen, we're not gonna do that. Because at the end of the day, y'all, they don't. All they see is me. They don't see y'all. They just see me.
That's crazy. They go crazy.
They hear voices, but they only see the God. Like, you know what I'm saying? But no, real talk.
Feed the wife when we get in trouble, bro.
Yeah.
Exactly. Go feed let the people eat. So we
Yeah.
get in trouble.
She's right. I'm writing a tell-all book. Listen to you. Anyway, like I said, my brothers, I appreciate y'all, man. This live today was amazing. Today was amazing. And listen, we got more information coming, ladies and gentlemen. Trust and believe. You might want to start telling your girlfriends to tell their girlfriends to tell their girlfriends' husbands to pull up, because we got so much stuff coming. This is just the beginning. And yes, we are wrapping it up. So with that being said, I'm going back to what I know. May the love of the Lord be with us all until we meet again. In Jesus' name, amen, my brothers. Enjoy the rest of your day on purpose. Happy Friday to everybody. And it's the weekend, y'all. Let's get it. Peace and blessings, fellas.
All right, yo.
And that's how you end that live stream.